Not to Dewan.
Spreaker.com
Backslash Jay's a donkey.
Shut up. Oh, I punch you in your face.
You want to play me?
It's a smoke-free environment. If you must smoke, please do so outside the facility. As always, we do thank you for your help. And remember to go dirtbags.
Oh my goodness.
What?
Nothing. Oh man.
Oh, those lucky sons of guns. I got to see Fed. Damn.
What is Fed?
Feder?
What is that?
Roger?
Oh. Just say his full name. Don't say Fed. Who is Fed?
Fed? Everybody.
Good gracious.
Luke, if I told you who is Fed, do you know what I'm talking about? Fed.
Thank you. He didn't know.
Roger Federer.
He was talking about some tennis god. Man.
God.
Jeez.
No idea what you're talking about.
Thanks for playing, Luke. You just proved my point, but thank you, though.
Do 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 do.
All right. We're starting at, what time is the anthem? 55?
I don't know. You tell me, bud. Anthem always changes.
Yeah, no.
The one place where the anthem can never say the same.
Anthem at 55. Oh.
All you got to do is sign up at longbeachstate.com or stop by the marketing table here at the front entrance. Thanks tomorrow and every Sunday during the Dirtbag season are salute to the services.
Better turn off that noise.
Stop it.
I'm not going to hear every time.
God. You'll live.
For more information, stop by the marketing table near the front entrance. And fans, still a reminder, not to get your Dirtbag season tickets, which start at just $99. You can get the Dirtbags at Blair Field anytime all season long. For more information, visit lobbysafe.com or call Betty Garcia at 562-985.
Send it to his email, bud.
What's his email?
I don't even know. Some weird thing. It's... Oh, dang it. It's...
I got it.
You got it?
And fans are reminded the Dirtbags and the Green Wave conclude their weekend series tomorrow. First pitch is 11:30 a.m.
11:30 a.m. a.m. Northern California.
Party people, Doom, here to let you know that I have no prior knowledge to any invasion or any invasion being planned or executed, and I have no ties to Madlib or any organizations affiliated. Thank you.
Good afternoon and welcome to Bull Diamond at Blair Field. I'm Zach Anderson Yoxheimer alongside Jay Holloway. Today we got game 2 of a 3-game set between the Dirtbags and Tulane on this lovely St. Patty's Day here at Blair Field. The Dirtbags wearing a different type of hats today, wearing some green hats, but coming off some luck of the Irish yesterday as far as a victory, winning 13-2, but the injury bug stings once again, Jay.
Yes, a unique, I won't say unique, but a very scary play last night. In the 8th inning, there was a screaming foul ball by Cody Hosey, and it hit the right hand of Tyler Ratcliffe. Will start today, and he is now out for the weekend as a precautionary move by Troy Buckley.
So the injury bug strikes once again. The Dirtbags, remember talking to Coach Troy Buckley before the season, this is the worst injuries coming into the season. Now talking or hearing what all the injuries have happened, it's getting even worse as the season progresses, and the injuries get weirder and weirder, and they come by in stranger and stranger ways. But the Dirtbags, they got to grind out the rest of this non-conference season and try and get things righted and the ship righted so they can compete in the Big West, because this team can still make it to the tournament. It's just winning the Big West.
And talking to the players, they feel confident what they can do. They just need to be healthy. So if they can stay healthy without foul balls, they can possibly make some noise in Big West this year.
So starting lineups brought to you by Nissan, proud supporter of college athletics. Shop ChooseNissan.com. Take on today. And for the Tulane lineup, going to toss it to you, Jay.
All right. It will be Jonathan Artigue, second baseman, leading off against the southpaw from Rohnert Park, California. His name is Clayton Andrews. He is 5'6", $160. He may be small, but he has a good fastball. The first pitch coming in at 2:02, a ground ball in the 5-6 hole picked up by Rivera, throw to first on a bounce, and it was wide to first base, and that will be possibly an infield hit for Artigues, who was 0 for 2 with a couple of punch-outs last night.
Yeah, right there. It's a little weak shot on the first pitch of the game in the 5-6 hole. Sandino Rivera tried to backhand it right there, but it was a little slow roller, tried to rush the throw, and it was a bit off the mark there, but it's an infield hit to start off today.
So Artigues, who was 0 for last night, is now on base for the first time in his series, bring up Grant Witherspoon, the center fielder, at the left side of the plate against the southpaw Andrews. Andrews will go to first. This year, Clayton, 1-3 record, 2.52 ERA, had a very good ERA, but he's had a good start. 10 strikeouts, his best so far in a Dirtbag uniform. Back to first. Defensively in game 2, looks like this on the infield. Nelson at first, Durant at second base, the usual compadre over there. Rivera at short, Robinson at third again for a second straight day. Mercadale had a nice catch last night and left. Stotler center field and right, Colaccio. That's fouled away at first base, and a nice pick by first base coach Brian Harris for Tulane. 0-1 for Grant Witherspoon. Colaccio and right behind the play is Chris Jimenez. Defensively, Dirtbags in their home whites and green and yellow caps on St. Patrick's Day. Against a green Tulane, a green wave. The 0-1 from Clayton. Curveball away. Calling balls and strikes will be Carl Coles today. At first, Stephen Corvey. And at third, last night's home plate umpire, Bill Van Raphorst. So 1 ball and 1 strike for Grant Witherspoon, hitting .297 in 2018. Check swing, couldn't hold up. Strike 2 over the first, gets away in the right field. So errant throw will lead at extra base for Artigues now at second base. That's an E2.
It was an error, but I thought Garrett Nelson over there at first base should have caught that. It was right on cue. And if that ball was caught, that could have been a pickoff right there. They had him dead to rights in a little bit. He wasn't diving back. He was a little bit slow scampering back to first. But instead, the bad beats and the bad luck starts today.
You're just dying to make your return with these puns there, huh, Zach?
Well, it's what happens when I come back and it's St. Patrick's Day. If it was yesterday, it's just Friday.
Oh, okay.
Today it's St. Patrick's Day.
All right, enough. 1 ball and 2 strikes, nobody out, and a curveball is missed away.
But if you're looking at Clayton Andrews on the mound today, he's come off 2 consecutive starts against SEC opponents.
And has fared pretty well.
He's gone 14 innings, 7 innings in each. He gave up only 1 earned run to A&M, as you mentioned, and only 2 earned runs to Ole Miss, and won that game. So he's been pitching pretty well as of late.
2 balls, 2 strikes. On deck is Cody Hosey to pitch. Foul will hit in the air to left to Mercury. Not fouled away, but it is caught anyway for an out. So Witherspoon is retired here in the first inning. So bring up Cody Hosey. Ran an RBI triple last night, late in the game. 13-2 win for the Dirtbags in Game 1. On the year, 7-11 against the 8-11 Tulane Green Wave. So Andrews getting the scratch start on Saturday today for Tyler Radcliffe, who's out with a hand injury. Look over at first. We mentioned about Hosey. Had a rough night last night. Defensively had a tough error in the first couple innings for Tulane. They had 4 as a team last night. That was not their best start on the diamond. Andrews looks at second and now goes home. Fastball, waved and missed. Nothing in 1.
Yeah, right there, Hosey a bit out in front of that swing. So a nice pitch right there to change up the momentum and change up the pitch speed right there with Andrews.
He had his best game, Hosey, against a Big West foe, Fullerton, earlier this month. 3 for 4 in the last game against Fullerton, in which they won 9-3. The pitch blocked, gets away. Jimenez can't find it. That's a unique occasion. The ball went to Cody's feet. Didn't really move as he probably should have, but it worked out for Tulane.
He did move a little bit, but he kept getting in the way right there, and it just didn't seem to work out for Jimenez behind the dish. And it's almost like as if you were the batter. If you stay still, nothing can go wrong. But
Long Beach defensively somewhat. An error and a unique ball that was in the way by Hosey's size 11 shoes. The 2-1. He will pass for ball 3. So behind Hosey, Jensen, Rowland, Gasso, Bedgood, Sepsich, and A.C. Owen. Last year for Coach Jewett for Tulane. Hitters count 3-1. At third is Artigues. The pitch. Fastball. Called a strike. Andrews, the JC transfer from Cabrillo College up in NorCal. Former Seahawk. A great Seahawk at that. 2016 Coast Pacific Conference Player of the Year 2 years ago. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. First punch out for Clayton of the game. And there's 2 down for Trevor Jensen. Made his return to the lineup last night. Jensen 1 for 2 at the plate. 1 punch out as well. Had the first hit of the game for Tulane last night in the 5th inning. 2 away. The windup and the curveball is in there for a called strike. You know, Andrews, a unique fellow, a very competitive young man. He had to work his way from Cabrillo to Long Beach. Because of his size, he was somewhat underlooked at. Swing and a miss, 0-2. But he used that to his advantage. He was fantastic in his JC time. He had his last 2 starts, 7 innings in both starts, 19 punch-outs, 12 Punch that's his last time. Swing and a miss, strike three. Inning is over. So a single and an error. A man left on base for Tulane. Dirtbags coming up in a scoreless tie on the Dirtbags Radio Network.
Sending the Tulane Green Wave defensively this afternoon. The left fielder is number 8, David Bedgood. In center field, number 22, Grant Witherspoon.
You may not be on the field or the court, but when your team makes that last-second game winner and the fans go wild, it feels like victory. There's nothing like it in the world, except driving a Nissan. Get to Nissan, a proud supporter of college athletics.
Glennie Thomas Dodge Chrysler Jeep salutes the Long Beach State 49ers. We're proud to have been a part of the Long Beach community for 103 years, delivering the Glenn E. Thomas promise of quality, service, and value since 1909.
You are now tuned in to 22 West Radio, the next wave of K-Beach. If you would like to stay tuned in, please download our new host app, Radio FX.
Welcome back to Bull Diamond at Blair Field. I'm Zach Anderson-Yoxheimer alongside Jay Holloway. Dirtbags put up a 0 top first inning. They gave up a leadoff single and allowed the guy to get to second base off an error. Bud Andrews, a couple of strikeouts, strands the runner at third. So the Dirtbags, well, now they have a chance to score first, just like they did yesterday. I believe 2 runs, 5 pitches in the game, Jay.
Yes, that is very
is gone.
Oh, good. On the mound is Ben White, right-hander from Holden, Massachusetts. Will pitch to Darren Duran, and the first pitch from Ben is inside. Ball 1. That name may sound familiar to you. We'll explain why in a moment. Duran on the year hitting .308. White fires inside again, the same spot and same result. It's missed again for ball 2. It'll be Duran, Andrews, the pitcher, hitting for himself. Jimenez, 1, 2, and 3. Followed by Stotler, Calaccio, Mercadel, Nelson, Robinson, Rivera. 2-0 pitch drops in for a strike down the pipe to Jaron Duran. Duran, 2 for 4 last night. Scored 3 runs and also had a walk and stole a base as well. Not a bad night in game 1 for JD. Time is called by Carl Coles because Owen dropped his glove. Ben White, the transfer. Beats it out. Infield hit for JD.
It's a nice piece up the middle. Almost seemed like he hit it too hard. A nice diving stop right there. But Duran, obviously you mentioned the muscle, but the speed's still there. Easily beats that out for an infield single. Now both teams had a couple of infield singles to start the game.
So bring up Andrews, the pitcher. He had his best night as a Dirtbag hitting-wise. He had 4 singles, 3 runs, and he too stole a base last night. Throw to first for Ben White. Ben White at Holy Cross played Long Beach State at a start 2 years ago. Close battle, 2-1. Beach won that time. The pitch Andrews' bunt is fouled behind the plate into the stands. 0-1 to count. In that game, you remember the former ace of yesteryear, Tanner Brown, got the win that time, 7 innings. Only 1 walk in that appearance. Punched out 6 Holy Cross batters. White went 5 1/3. 5 hits, 2 runs in that 6th inning, brought by Rivera and Lundquist at the time for Long Beach State, back to first. Now is their only 1-1 loss in that series. They got blown out in that series 2 years ago that Long Beach won. So first year for the Green Wave for Ben White. The 0-1 to Andrews, a bunt on a bounce to the pitcher, second for 1, and that's it. So the bunt had a bit of a unique dive right to the mound by a step and a half, and White controlled and went to second base. Hitter's choice for Andrews there. 1 away for Chris Jimenez.
Not the best of bunts right there, Jay. Andrews normally good with the bunt, and I believe he got a bunt single last night as well.
Yes.
But that time, the pitcher on the mound did not really handle the bat that well.
And that bunt single was a unique one. It was somewhat controversial at the time. If the ball hit the dirt or the glove first. They go to first again from Ben White. On a defense for Tulane in game 2, Jensen at first, or at second base, Gazzo at short, Hosey at third, and left, Bedgood, Witherspoon, Sepsich. The pitch is low and away. At the plate, A.C. Owen catching balls and strikes from Ben White this afternoon. So Jimenez, who had 3 RBIs last night with his 2 hits, 2 for 4 in game 1 from the right side. It's whacked away. Make it 1-1. On deck is Brooks Statler. So Long Beach, they have won 3 in a row at home. Going back to last Wednesday against Vanderbilt. Here, which they won 4-3. Back to first. They beat Washington State 5-1 this past Wednesday. They beat Tulane by 11 last night. They had 15 hits last night. The pitch. Curveball is upstairs from Ben White. Second start of the year for Ben. First in almost a month. Actually a month to the day, really, against Wright State. He went 4 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs. That one lunged a ground ball to first. Jensen will scoop back to White to the bag, and he's out. So 2 little blue out for Chris. 2 down for the center fielder today, Brooks Statler. Statler 1 for 4 with the RBI yesterday. He's been racking the ball pretty good a couple of games. The Dirtbags uniform from the left side from Vista, California. Runner at second base with 2 down, and the pitch is upstairs for ball 1. So St. Patrick's Day, everyone wearing green except Zach.
I'm wearing more green than you.
You're not wearing green. That's a light blue.
It's green.
It's not. That's missed ball 2. I'm not colorblind. I know what green looks like, I think, for the most part.
I have green now.
Oh, your sandwich bag is...
First of all.
Oh, jeez. 2 balls, no strikes. The half swing was one to forget for Statler there. 2-1. Statler hitting .234 in 2018. Up to this current point. Cool afternoon here in Long Beach. Swing and a miss again. He's fooled again from Ben White's curveball. Looked to be more of a changeup, though, but it had a downward movement into the dirt from White. Very deceptive maneuver there from Ben. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 down. Man at second base is Andrews, who came on a fitter's choice. White delivers. Swing and a miss. Went to the breaking ball again. Inning over. So a single. 1 man left on base. No runs, no errors. We're through 1. Tied at Donuts on the Dirtbags Radio Network.
Love before learning, learn for life. Arts and Services for Disabled Incorporated provides programs and services including enrolled day and outreach programs, gallery shows, exhibitions, and community partnerships.
We really focus on abilities versus disabilities, allowing people to learn to express themselves through evidence-based music and art therapy. And one of our biggest goals here is to create inclusion through creative arts and really bring our population into the community and allow them to be integrated into society.
To donate or for more information about Arts and Services for Disabled, www.artsandservices.org.
Timmins Subaru and Volkswagen has been serving Greater Long Beach for over 33 years. Inventory and pricing is the reason for over 3 decades of service. Experience the Timmins touch at TimminsLongBeach.com. At Timmins, we deliver fun.
A win for your team is a win for you too. There's nothing quite like it except driving a Nissan. Get to Nissan, a proud supporter of college athletics. Shop ChooseNissan.com. Take on today. And today, Long Beach State taking on Tulane. Top 2 were scoreless. Zach Anderson-Yoxheimer alongside Jay Holloway.
Zach, that was good. Thank you. At the plate, Matt Rowland takes ball 1 from the lefty Clayton Andrews on the mound in game 2. It was mentioned earlier at the top of the broadcast. Tyler Ratcliffe, supposed to start today, was hit last night in the 8th on a foul ball into the dugout. And he's out this weekend pitching-wise.
And it was on his pitching hand, no less.
Yes. We've been told that his hand is not swollen, thank the Lord for that, but he will be held out just as a cautionary out. 2 balls, no strikes for Rowland, who was 0 for last night. Rowland will take 1 high for ball 3. Rowland from Philadelphia hitting .276 on the year. He had a hit later on in the 9th inning. 1 for 4 night. 3-0 pitch. Takes a strike. He thought it was ball 4 for a second and said, never mind. Good crowd today. Regular time. 2 o'clock on the weekend instead of 5 o'clock last night due to rain. Rain pretty good last night. 3-1 pitch. Inside again, but it got the corner. 3-2. Are you a fan of rain?
I love rain. And it's supposed to rain later in the week next week, too.
Supposed to.
We'll see if that harms any of the Long Beach State Fullerton series. I don't think it's supposed to. Maybe the midweek might be in a little bit of jeopardy.
Possibly. Payoff pitch to Rowland. Breaking ball, got him looking, strike 3. So he threw him. The first 3 pitches were all outside and up. Last 3 were all on the corners. Strikeout number 3 in a row for Andrews. At the plate is Sal Gazzo. Gozzo. Gazzo from Wallingford, Connecticut. The windup and the offering. Gazzo was jammed inside and fouled it away. Our producer today is the unique and always funny DeJuan Campbell today. on radio, on TV, on our live stream is Andrew the Maestro Rodriguez. Swinging and missing on a changeup. 0-2.
Wants to be one of a million A-Rods, though.
Yeah. I prefer Maestro. It's unique and it's different.
It is, compared to
you can be the true maestro of your craft.
You can be the maestro of the A-Rods.
But the A-Rod's not bad either.
Not when it's been overused.
Just gotta find a J-Lo, then he'll be good. Never know. He could. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. It's now 4 in a row for Clayton.
It's on a bit of a roll, coming off the 10 strikeout performance against A&M. Only had 4 against Ole Miss, but that's 14 combined the last 2 games. And just like that, 4 in a row, and make that 18 in 3 straight games.
Yeah. Precise with the K is Andrews. Nobody on, 2 away for David Bedgood from Sherman, Texas. Andrews ready to go to work again, fires away, and how about that? If it ain't broke, don't fix it, Zach. Strike 1.
Must have found the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow.
Yeah. How fitting. On St. Patrick's Day, you say that.
That's the only time you do say it.
Yeah, I know, but that was very poor. Very poor. The 0-1 outside. He just missed it. 1-1. Defense playing back in the infield, also in the outfield, playing at regular depth.
See the entire defense giving each other signs from all the way around besides Jimenez and Andrews. Everybody giving each other, all right, this is where we're playing.
Snake Eye Sky 1-1. Here it is. That one tapped in the air. Left field on the run. Mercadale to his right. The dive missed it. In foul ground. Went about 50 feet to his right and almost had it, but then did not.
He went a long way and had a long extended dive for that one. It just came up a little empty. As you mentioned, the great catch he had yesterday, leaping at the wall.
Yes, thank you. My call was horrendous with that yesterday.
It was great.
It was not. Don't lie to me. I heard it. I saw it. It was poor. I'll admit it. I am human.
You didn't roast my dance moves. I'm not going to roast you about your call.
See? You're welcome.
Goes around, comes around.
I can't be nice to you.
Can or can't?
I can.
Okay.
Just not with your puns, though. I can't go down with that. Anyway, 1 ball and 2 strikes for Bedgood. Curve ball, line to right field for a base hit.
And it's the string of 4 consecutive Ks for Andrews. Just left that curveball right up and line right in front of Stotler and right.
Hit number 2 for Tulane.
Apologies, Calaccio and right.
Yes. Stotler's in center field for Andrews today. 2 away for Steven Sepsich. One of the more unique last names, just like my partners as well. Zach Anderson Yagsheimer, the Scrabble champion with the last name. First pitch in there for a strike to the right-hander Sepsich, 0-1. Got his first hit last night in his college career.
I think Sepsich would win Scrabble.
No.
Well, just
you have more letters. That's more points.
True, but he's got a. Well, I mean, I do have a Y and an X.
The 0-1. That's at least 10 points right there. The X and a Y.
Okay. Words with friends anytime?
No, I'm Scrabble.
Okay.
All the way Scrabble. I will tear you down in Scrabble.
Sure you would.
Even counting 1 with 2 outs, 1 man on at first, if I could speak right. Jeez. Over to first to Nelson. On deck is a catcher, A.C. Owen, the 9 spot today. Tulane had 6 hits last night. The 1-1. Pulled a string like loose ends. 1-2. Like that one, huh?
I did.
Yep. They're actually a singing group. Did you know that? Loose Ends?
No, I did not.
Yep. They're from the UK.
Do you listen to them often?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Great group. You should give them a listen. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. 5 punch-outs for Andrews with 3.5. 2 singles, but no runs to show for Tulane. Dirtbags coming up. Tied at 0. A Dirtbags Radio Network.
With daily nonstop to Las Vegas, Lux Bus is your official partner for fun and the official transportation partner of Long Beach State Athletics.
Hey Beach fans, this is Jessica Gertz. I'm a student athlete on your women's basketball team at Long Beach State. My athletic scholarship is important to me because it's given me the opportunity to meet amazing people, travel to cool places, and get an education. I want to personally thank Beach Athletic Club members for your gifts that break barriers and offset the cost of my scholarship and team operational costs. If you're not yet a member of our Beach Athletic Club, please join today at longbeachstate.com. Thank you and go Beach.
Calaccio followed by Mercadale and Nelson in the order. 5, 6, and 7 for Long Beach State. And their white tops. Black numbers across the chest. Black letters as well. And yellow trim on the outline. Ben White had a clear first inning. Only 1 single and 1 man left on, but no damage to him so far. Calaccio hitting a $138. That one inside for ball 1 to Dominic. We mentioned about Dominic's utility range. He can play the outfield, left or right, third base, short, sometimes second base as well if needed. The 1-0. Swing and a miss from Dominic. 1-1. It may be needed with the injury bug so far this year. You may see them there. You might see him at some point around the infield at this going rate. Radcliffe now out for a short while. 1-1. Breaking ball in there for strike 2. Calaccio had to start on Wednesday against Washington State and left. Had 1 walk on Wednesday. 1-2 just tipped away at the plate. One ball and 2 strikes. Ben White is a very serious student first. 3-time academic honor roll at Holy Cross. He's now getting a master's degree in Homeland Security Studies. So that's a unique one. I've heard that one before. So trying to keep his family safe, not a bad idea. Study it and then pursue a career in that. Not bad. I'm sure it pays well. 1-2. Just tipped away. It tipped the glove of Owen off his face. He'll slowly pick it up. Comes from a family background of sport. His father, Bob, was a Ram at Rhode Island of yesteryear. The Rams are playing Duke, I think, right now at the moment. I think they just lost. Jack, what you got?
Well, we got our our March Madness update for the Saturday games.
Yes, brought to you by Rice's Pizza on 7th Street.
Villanova took down Alabama 81-58. That's the 1 seed. The Wildcats didn't want to go down after seeing what happened last night.
Yes.
But we'll go on that later in the broadcast.
Time is called. Calaccio, 1 ball and 2 strikes still in the second inning.
You mentioned Rhode Island. They suffered a worse fate than Alabama. They lost by 25. 87-62 at the hands of the Blue Devils.
Man.
But they did get the win over Trae Young, so winning a tournament's not so bad.
That one fouled away again. Who was your sleeper in your bracket?
Sadly, Jay, I didn't do a bracket.
Oh, you are so disappointing.
Yes.
Well, if you ask me, mine was TSU. And they lost by 20 last night, so that was broken. But 1-2 pitch looked at for ball 2. However, we were all stunned by UMBC. They beat Virginia to a drum.
74-54. University of Maryland, Baltimore County.
Yes. Very small school in the Baltimore area. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ben White delivers. That one a fouled again by Calaccio, hanging in there.
Did you ever believe a 16 seed could do it besides your bracket? Did you actually believe it could happen?
No. Not against Virginia, because they're so good defensively, and last night they were a shell, and I mean a complete Taco Bell shell of themselves.
A crunchy taco shell.
Yeah.
And a soft shell, because that zone just fell apart.
Yeah, it was just horrendous to watch. 2-2. Calaccio, ground ball up the middle, base hit. So the battle, Dominic 1, Ben White nothing in that battle in the last second inning. Way to fight, pitches off, and got the one he liked. Went up the infield for a base hit number 2.
It's a nice piece of hitting there by Calaccio. We've seen him in and out of the lineup. That last at-bat lasted 9 pitches before he worked the base hit up the middle. Hard piece, too. And it was battle, leaning over, fouling off pitches, and then, bam, found the pitch he wanted, 2 strikes. That's the dirtbag way in terms of getting on base. Got to see a little bit more of that to get more run production. Not 13 runs worth, but maybe 5 runs worth.
At the plate is Tristan Mercadale. The bunt is tapped behind the plate for ball 1. Mercadale in left field last night, a single and an RBI yesterday. Dirtbags had 15 hits. Second straight game with at least 10 hits at home. They had 10 against Wazoo on Wednesday. Back to first. Kalach not really a threat on the base pads. Feet of molasses syrup on the bags. Running. On deck is Garrett Nelson. Infield looking for a ground ball here, maybe 2. The bunt towards the first baseline hits the chalk, and it goes foul. Jensen was crashing in like a crash course. Trying to get some chase before it bounced foul. And Mercadale now in an 0-2 count. So he may have to swing here to avoid the punch out if the ball's not put in play. Mercadale hitting on the year .214. 3 RBIs, 9 hits. No home runs. The pitch. That one swung on to left field. Can of corn for Bedgood. Moves to his left in that unique brown spot in left for the out.
So now the Dirtbags 0-for in terms of trying to get a bunt down. You saw Andrews failed to do that in the first inning, and now you see Mercadale failed to do that here in the second inning. So they got guys on base to lead off both the first and second, but moving them over to second is just, they've been failing to do that. And we haven't seen this team be as good bunting the ball. We've seen them, drop it for a hit, but as far as sacrificing, this hasn't been the best Dirtbag team as far as advancing the runner and doing the little things right consistently. We've seen them do that in spurts and then blow up for runs. ASU, Tulane last night, but obviously you got to find ways to do it consistently.
Nelson swings, might be 2 seconds for 1 to first, and they get a double play. A 4-6-3 double play, and that will end inning number 2. 1 hit, nobody left. A close one at 0 on the Long Beach State Radio Network.
On 22 West Radio.
Hey Beach fans, this is Jessica Gertz. I'm a student athlete on your women's basketball team at Long Beach State. My athletic scholarship is important to me because it's given me the opportunity to meet amazing people, travel to cool places, and get an education. I want to personally thank Beach Athletic Club members for your gifts that break barriers and offset the cost of my scholarship and team operational costs. If you're not yet a member of our Beach Athletic Club, please join today at longbeachstate.com. Thank you and go Beach.
Students, are you looking for some free and exciting entertainment and prizes? All Long Beach State athletic games are free for all current students with a valid ID, and you can win prizes just for showing up. Check out longbeachstate.com/students for all of the details. Go Beach!
Anheuser-Busch is a proud sponsor of Long Beach State Athletics. Bud Light, raise one to right now. Anheuser-Busch encourages you to drink responsibly and give a damn. Make it a plan to make it home, especially today here on St. Patrick's Day. Top three, still a scoreless game between Tulane and the Dirtbags. Zach Anderson, Yoxheimer alongside Jay Holloway.
Wow. Getting pretty good at this.
I'm liking it. It's fun.
Good. I'm glad you're having fun. At the play, A.C. Owen against Andrews out of Brandon, Mississippi. Takes a breaking ball low for a called strike. We mentioned last night, Zach, about A.C.
You mentioned last night.
I mentioned that he went to Hines Community College, the same one as one of your favorite music stars, Faith Hill.
Didn't know I liked Faith Hill.
Now you do. The 0-1, popped in the air, left field and foul ground. On the run, Robinson won't get to it. It bounced over his head by at least 15 feet into the kids' bullpen.
Would have been quite a run if he had got that one.
Yeah.
Practically would have had to run all the way close to the wall to make that catch as far as the outfield wall.
That would have been a top 10 play if he made the dive, but he was not even close to the baseball.
It would have been like one of your favorite players, Derek Jeter. Obviously no stands to bloody his nose,
yes.
But a la longer run, and
yes,
but not the postseason.
That was in the regular season.
It was?
Yes.
JK.
So you can't get it right.
Sorry.
You're not human. It happens.
We're human.
Yes, you are, I think. 0-2. Outside.
I'm thinking of all his other calls and other plays.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
But the one you're talking about against the Red Sox came in regular season.
Yes, I knew
at the old
Yankee Stadium,
not the new one.
A lot of good moments at the old Yankee Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Just not the last season.
1-2 pitch. Curved ball is whacked in the air, center field for Statler going to his left with the range, makes the out. So back to leadoff man, Jonathan Artigues. Got his first hit of the series and his first time up today. He's used to living by the beach. Lives on the beach in Mississippi. Bay St. Louis, Mississippi.
Do you like the beach, Jay?
Oh, sure.
Are you a surfer, a boogie boarder?
No, I'm a tan guy.
A tan guy?
Yeah. Want to get my tan going, you know? One ball and no strikes for Artigues. Andrews, a fastball right down Beach Boulevard.
I figure you be more of a body surfer or body, whatever, ride the waves.
Not really a surfer guy.
Really?
Are you?
No, after, the waves just pummel you into the water.
1-1. Just missed. 2-1.
You go in, and then I remember one time I learned, and I was actually decent, like enough to where I could enjoy it.
Sure.
But then the waves are choppy, and some of the hard part is just getting out there and being on your boards and getting ready to turn. And when you're getting flipped, just trying to get out there, it's no fun.
2 balls and a strike. The pitch fouled away. Make it 2-2. So our producer is going bananas over there, DeJuan Campbell. Back in the studios. Making fun of me about my tan. Leave me alone, DeJuan. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Top of the 3rd inning here at Blair Field. Andrews set, delivers. Inside. Almost got the gray pants of Jonathan Artigues. So the count all the way. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Meanwhile, the rest of his jersey's all green.
Yes, very green. A dark green. Not your St. Patty's green, but close to it.
Oh, there's a specific green?
Yes. 3-2. Fouled away on the third base side.
I didn't know there's a specific green. I would think if you're the green wave.
It's more of a light green, though.
It's just green. I mean, I think if you're the green wave, you'd qualify for St. Patty's green.
Oh, sure. Oh. It's more preferred to have a light green.
You prefer? I didn't know there's a preference.
Well, I mean, you can tell by the fans in the stands here wearing light green, not really dark green. 3-2. Artigues, a fly ball to left on the run. Mercadale to his right makes his ice cream cone catch for out number 2.
Pretty sure his favorite flavor is mint.
Oh, sure.
That's very, very speculative right there.
It's my favorite, so you're halfway right.
I love mint, so I guess I'm all right.
Yeah, you're okay. 2 away for the man from Lakewood, not in California, but in Lakewood, Colorado, Grant Witherspoon. Andrews punch out 5 men. First pitch pop up should be the inning. To right center field, Colaccio with the sun in his eyes makes the catch for out number 3. No hits, no runs, no errors. Dirtbags coming up with Shaq Robinson to begin the 3rd for Dirtbags and a 0-0 tie. The Dirtbags Radio Network.
There's fresh, and there's In-N-Out Burger Fresh. Always the highest ingredients. Always made to order. Never compromised. At In-N-Out Burger, that's what a hamburger's all about. Why not stop in after the game?
Ben White will face Shaq Robinson here in the 3rd with Rivera to follow. And behind him will be Jaron Duran, 8, 9, and 1. Both teams have 2 hits and no runs to show for it. 1 error for Long Beach in this game so far. And Ben White's fastball gets to Black for strike 1. Robinson hitting .273 from Sacramento, California, Sacramento Community College as well for young Shaq. The pitch. Curveball for the top swing. The 3rd, Hosey with time to 1st, and there's 1 away.
We've seen sometime with Robinson right there on the off speed. He kind of waits back, leans forward, and tries to flick it into left, but he has the bad tendency to get forward on his front knee and try to get out in front of it. But if he stays back and waits for it, he can have a better swing. But right there, it was a little bit of a out in front chop it, similar to what we saw against Arizona State when he waited on it, still out in front and flicked it into left, only to have his game-winning hit robbed.
It was more of a better swing, I guess. That time last time out on Tuesday against ASU in a 2-game set in which they split. Santino Rivera takes ball one his first time today at the plate, and a slash the other way for a base hit down the right field line. Off the carom, they're going for two. He will dive head first for a 1-out double. So Santino waited on the first pitch. He's more of a first pitch swinger anyway, and it worked out for him to right field.
Yeah, the Dirtbags only swung at the first pitch so far in the 2+ innings. They've been a little bit more effective as selective, choosing the pitches right down the middle, not the ones that you weakly chop to second base or pop out to left field. So far today, it's been them not being able to drop the bunt. So with 1 out, we'll see Duran probably swing away easily the Dirtbags' hottest hitter at the moment.
At the plate now hitting .318. Team leader in that category at the plate this year. White will look to second base. No throw. Rivera dives back head first. They had a chance if he wanted to. You had Gazzo wait for it, say, give it to me, man. I got it. But White said, I'm not so sure. Duran a single his first time at the plate. White throws and swung over the top on a curveball. 1-1. So a good curveball from White so far early on in this game. It's allowed 3 hits for Dirtbags on a Saturday afternoon. Windy Saturday afternoon.
Cold Saturday afternoon.
It's always cold here. 1-1. It's cold when it's blistering hot in the summertime, which is so weird because that wind factor. 1-1. Duran will pause and look at ball 2. It was in the mid-60s last night. Today, similar as well. 61 degrees here in Long Beach, according to my iPhone weather app. 2-1. Duran the other way. Foul ball lined. Whew. Almost got a man in the head. He didn't see it coming. That could have been scary. Had a man leaning over the side of the railing, looking over to the left field bullpen. The ball almost hit his cap off. But no harm, no foul for the man in the stands. And for Duran, a 2-2 count. Went on the third. At the base is Rivera. That's a fly ball to right. Should be a can of corn, and a runner will tag Rivera to third, and his catch is made by Sepsich. And the tag is not in time. To third to Hosey.
Aggressive base running right there by Rivera. It wasn't the deepest of fly balls by Duran, but over there they were playing a little bit shallow. Fly ball made them back up, and then a nice throw, but Santino Rivera, the head first slide, just beating the throw. Very close play at third base. And they always say don't want to make the first or third out at third, but they got it there. And, if Ben White decides to throw a wild pitch, the Dirtbags can take the lead. But right now it's up to Andrews to give himself the lead.
Andrews, a fielder's choice. On a ground ball, right to the pitcher, White, in the first inning. With 2 away. And the first pitch, no swing, and a curveball to begin the at-bat for a strike. 0-1. Rivera on deck looking on if he can get an at-bat here. White throws, curveball again. Same pitch, same spot, same result. 0-2. So White on the first base side of the rubber. Looking deep to the side from Owen. Fires. Curveball that time. Missed. Low and in. 1-2. Went with the fastball that time. So his go-to was not a fastball, but a curveball most times than not. The wind coming in from Park Avenue right to home plate. 1-2. Line in the air off the glove at first. Base hit for Andrews. Run scores. A double for Clayton. Dirtbags lead 1-0. So the 1-2 with the wind, and it worked out for Andrews at the dish.
So after a failed bunt attempt the first time up, this time comes up clutch. 2-out runner on third. Nice line drive piece down the first base line off the glove, but this time the luck of the Irish comes through.
Wow. RBI number 6 for Andrews in 2018. Jimenez with 2 down will get in the bat. First pitch hacking away for ball 1. 2 hits last night, 3 RBIs to his name. He only missed 1 game in his high school career. In 4 years, he only missed 1 baseball game in Jimenez over at Etiwanda. Former Eagle. Very good Eagle. School leader in hits, 110 in his career. 0-1. Curveball. Same result, strike 2.
I mean, I didn't miss many games as well. I took a lot of them in from the bench, but unlike Jimenez,
wow,
he was smacking the ball all around the yard, and obviously the high school season's not that long, so 110 hits, that's a lot of hits against top-notch competition as well here in Southern California.
Play the same type of ball as Jaron Duran for CBA Marucci. Jimenez only a 18-year-old freshman from the right side. White fires a fastball wide, 1-2. Talking with Coach Jewett, he said they needed a better start. They had a running start. They just seemed they weren't ready in the first couple innings. Today, better. Only have 2 hits, but no runs to show for it. 1-2. Curveball. Low and in. They have a hit by Artigues and by Bedgood. Both singles, but nothing doing after that. They had a chance at a runner at third in the first inning, but could not bring him home. Hits in this inning for the Dirtbags. 2-2, ground ball to short. Gazzo to first, to Jensen, into the glove, and there's out number 3. So 2 hits, 2 doubles, one by Rivera, the other, the RBI double by Clayton Andrews. Dirtbags lead Tulane 1-0. To the 4th inning we go. Zach on the mic next. The Dirtbags Radio Network.
You may not be on the field or the court, but when your team makes that last-second game winner and the fans go wild, it feels like victory. There's nothing like it in the world, except driving a Nissan. Get to Nissan, a proud supporter of college athletics.
Party people, Doom, here to let you know that I have no prior knowledge to any invasion or any invasion being planned or executed, and I have no ties to Madly or any organization affiliated. Thank you.
Diamond at Blair Field. I'm Zach Anderson. Yoxheimer, top 4. Dirtbags leading Tulane 1-0. Dirtbags finally getting on the board there in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Leading off the top of the 4th inning for the Green Wave, Cody Hosey, the 3rd baseman today. Andrews finding his way very good on the mound and driving in the run to give himself the lead. So after a bad bunt attempt, as we mentioned, bottom third, and that he did in the bottom of the first inning, comes up clutch in the bottom of the third with 2 outs. 1-0. That's laced to left field, giving chase is Mercadal. That's going to be over his head and over the wall. Goodbye. And just like that, Hosey ties up this one. And it's tied 1-1. It's the 3, 4, and 5 hitters up for the Tulane Green Wave. Coming up now is Jensen. And just like that, Hosey puts Tulane on the board to tie up this one. The infielder from Griffith, Indiana, coming up clutch. And just like that, after a nice solid 3 innings for Andrews, he left that one right there, and Hosey lined it over to left center as Mercado was giving chase. And then that was over both walls, it looked like. Full knee for a sec, but a nice line drive shot that did not get knocked down by the wind. So Trevor Jensen now up, nobody on, tie ball game now. First pitch, foul back off the screen, 0-1. So Jensen up, Roland on deck, Gazzo in the hole. Meanwhile, Tulane is only 0 for 4 with runners on base and 0 for 3 with them in runners in scoring position. Andrews set. Getting ready with the 0-1. Here it comes. Jensen looks at it and it just misses outside, 1-1. That time, Carl Cole is not liking that one. Saying, just a little bit outside. We've seen Andrews work some of the corners so far today. But left that one right over the middle to Hosey. 1-1 misses upstairs, 2-1. Dirtbags in their home half of the fourth will have the 4, 5, and 6 hitters in Stotler, Calaccio, and Mercadal. So far today for Andrews, he's given up 3 hits. That was the first one that did any damage. He struck out 5 the first 3 innings. 2-1, hard shot down the third base line, and they say that's foul. Past a diving Robinson. I thought that was a fair ball, but no, not according to third base umpire Bill Van Raphorst. Saying it's a foul ball, just foul. To get that one, but instead it's just 2 balls, 2 strikes, no harm, just foul. So Jensen coming up hitting .236, has 11 strikeouts so far this year, and he's only walked twice in 55 at-bats. The 2-2 for Andrews, looking for strikeout number 6. Instead, misses inside for ball 3. Count now full. Dirtbags, 1 run, 4 hits, 1 error. Tulane, 1 run, 3 hits, no errors. As I mentioned last night, Green Wave committed 4 errors to the tune of Long Beach State's 13-2 win last night. The 3-2 for Andrews coming up, and that's going to be laced just over the head of Rivera into left center. That's going to be a 3-2 base knock. Jensen a big round first, instead stays there. So back-to-back hits to open up this top of the 4th inning. A leadoff home run and then a single to follow that up, bring up Roland. We'll see if Tulane can get their first hit with a guy on base. Matt Roland coming up from Philadelphia. Jensen over there at first base hasn't attempted a stolen base this year. We'll see if they decide to do any sort of play. But so far, it's 4 hits, and they've been getting to Andrews. He's just been limiting the damage with his 5 strikeouts already. First pitch, misses low and away to Roland, 1-0. Andrews now on the year has 30 strikeouts compared to his 7 walks. His ERA is now a 2.57 after that home run he's given up. He's 1-3 on the year, but still some tough luck losses, especially the one he took last week against A&M in College Station. Toss over to first, lazy throw, Jensen back in time. Tulane trying to steal the middle game here, trying to get Andrews off his game, preparing possibly for the Sunday start, as it was supposed to be once again Tyler Radcliffe. A hard foul ball late in last night's game. An earlier start, but still late in the game, foul ball in the Dirtbags dugout. 1-0 swung on and missed. Huge hack. Missing at the changeup right there was Roland. Went to the Dirtbags dugout. Hot shot. And of all things, it caught Radcliffe's pitching hand. Going to mention this again. The injuries, they just keep piling up. Luke Rasmussen. Obviously, Lane Huffman not in the lineup today, as there's no DH with Andrews on the mound. The 1-1 from Andrews to Rowland. Jensen at first. Misses inside, 2-1. So Radcliffe, who's had his tough share of injuries over his career, with his many knee surgeries now, faces a foul ball off the pitching hand. As Jay mentioned earlier, there wasn't lots of swelling. That's what we've been told. Haven't seen his hand, but not a lot of swelling, if any. Well, and rumor has it he wants to try and pitch this weekend, but no way that's going to happen. As the 2-2 drops in. The 2-1 actually becomes 2-2. Urging his way trying to get into the starting pitching lineup, but instead probably going to get a no. We'll see who they decide to throw on the bump tomorrow. Seminars had a great game Wednesday night against Washington State, 7 strong innings. The 2-2. That one gets away. That's going to go the backstop. Going to second is Jensen, as the count is now full, 3-2. And once again, Andrews failing to put away another hitter. He gave one up right down the middle to Hosey, who lined it over the left center. Couldn't get away with Jensen, who eventually poked out a 3-2 base knock. And now he's 3-2 once again to Matt Rowland. Andrews coming in, getting close to that 60 pitch mark, and we're only here in the top of the 4th inning, still nobody out. On deck, Sal Gazzo. But right now, the senior trying to do some damage for Tulane. So Andrews set with a 3-2. Jensen now at second base, advancing on the wild pitch. Looks, here's to the home plate. And that one gets past Jimenez again for ball 4. Running to third is Jensen. So back-to-back wild pitches. We'll see if they decide to call that one a pass ball. But now runners on the corners, nobody out. Here, top 4. Tulane is in business. And now Coach Rigobal making his way to the mound. Nobody up in the Dirtbags bullpen. Don't even think there's anybody in the bullpen, in the Jared Weaver bullpen out there in right field. Rigobal, sometimes we've seen him sprint from the dugout here at Blairfield. Today, he's taking his time to talk to the transfer from Cabrillo. Trying to say, all right, you're doing fine, Andrews. You're doing just fine. Just find the strike zone a little bit more. Those off speeds, just been hitting the dirt a little bit more than usual today. And that time, the last 2 pitches, getting away from Chris Jimenez. Nothing he could do. He did all he could. Those were bounced in the dirt a good 57 feet, a couple of feet in front of the plate. Jimenez did his best from behind the dish, but could not do anything. Now home plate umpire Carl Cole is going up to break up the meeting at the mound. So runners on the corners bring up now Sal Gazzo. So Andrews now in a bit of a jam. Already given up the lead he gave himself in the bottom of the 3rd with an RBI double. Leadoff home run by Hosey. The Jensen single into left field. Then the walk to Rowland. Put runners on the corners after a couple of wild pitches and bring up Sal Gazzo, the sophomore shortstop, hitting .317. Started in every game for Tulane so far this year. Green Wave 8-11, looking to become 9-11 if they can steal this middle one. Set up a rubber match tomorrow morning. First pitch to Gazzo, going to be a bunt attempt. That's going to be a safety squeeze, and that's going to score a run. And toss to first, and that's going to be in time to get Gazzo on the sacrifice bunt. On the safety squeeze, bringing in a run. So moving over to second is Rowland. Coming in to score is Jensen. Fielding it was Nelson, turning a nice underhand toss to Andrews, who was sprinting his way to first base, and they do get the out just in time. Gazzo was sprinting down first base for his life, just close to beating it out, but not in time to get a base hit. But he does put Tulane on the board, 2-1. So Andrews worked his way out of trouble in the first and second innings. Now finds himself trailing 2-1. David Bedgood from Sherman, Texas, as Jay mentioned earlier, coming up now. Hitting .238. First pitch to him is now a strike right down the middle, 0-1. So now top 4, Tulane leading 2-1. Equaling the Dirtbags. Both teams have 4 hits. Dirtbags have the lone error today. So Andrews now in the 60 pitch mark. The 0-1 ready on the way. That's weakly fouled back out of play. Now you can see some more heads out there in the Jared Weaver bullpen. All of them wearing the green hats for the special St. Patty's Day celebration here at Blair Field. Giving away shirts as well. Some of those like 3/4 sleeves, but the green sleeves. And then the Dirtbags, well, they get the sweet hats. And I'd beg to say I'd like one of those lovely hats. So would Jay. But lovely green hats for St. Patty's. So no balls, 2 strikes to Bedgood. Andrews ready, set, coming to the plate off speed. That's lifted into right center, giving chase to Stotler and Calaccio. That's going to be caught by Stotler, throwing it over to second base, and it's not going to be in time to double off Rowland. And I know Jay mentioned an ice cream cone catch for Mercadale. That one was very on the edge of the glove right there by Stotler. It didn't look like Calaccio and Stotler were communicating all that well, both running at weird angles. Stotler, the last time, just scooped it lower than his hip. That's not what you normally see from an outfielder trying to make a running grab. Makes the catch for out number 2, and that holds Rowland at second base. If Stotler doesn't make that one, that would be a big blow to Andrews. That would have been 3-1 and extra bases right there for Bedgood. Once again, a great play for Stotler in the outfield. We've seen some nice plays from Mercadale and Stotler so far. Calaccio's been good today, manning in right field. So now 2 outs, runner at second base. Steven Sepsich. Apologies. First pitch. In there for a strike, 0-1. But you can see Tulane having better at-bats now here. Second time through the lineup, getting better pieces. They were already getting to him the first time, as I mentioned, but now they're putting the barrel of the bat onto the ball. Andrews trying to hold it at a 2-1 lead for Tulane. Give the Dirtbags with the 4, 5, and 6 hitters coming up for them. The 0-1. That's going to be lifted into right field, giving chase is Calaccio running. That one's going to drop in front of him for a base hit. Tulane's going to score with a 2-out RBI knock, and they now lead 3-1. So after having an 0-for-5 start with runners on base, they are now 1-for-6 and now have gotten to the tune of 3 runs here in the top of the 4th inning. And Calaccio was running the best he could, but that one fell just in front of him down the right field line, running next to the batting cages here at Blair Field. And just like that, a 2-out RBI for Tulane and Steven Sepsich. Bring up A.C. Owen, the junior catcher. Andrews' ERA is now ballooned to a 3.14. Still nobody really getting loose in the Jared Weaver bullpen. First pitch to Owen, misses outside, 1-0. All just sitting there intently, but a lot more faces out there in the bullpen now. On deck, Artigues, as the top of the lineup will be coming up soon if Owen gets on base here. Owen only hitting 122. 5 hits, 20 games into the season, and a huge swing and a miss on a high fastball, 1-1. So now Tulane out hitting the Dirtbags 5-4 and leading 3-1. So Long Beach State's going to have to find a way to rekindle the offense they've had on Wednesday night, putting up 5 runs against Washington State and 13 runs last night against Tulane. They can do that. They can find a way to win this series today. Once again, the early morning baseball game tomorrow. The 1-1 swung on and fouled off the foot as Owen goes down in a heap. Very much in pain. The trainer running out from the Tulane dugout. Seems to be all right is Owen. Just tough luck there as he fouled it off his foot, immediately crumpled to the ground, but he seems to be just as fine. Now Jimenez is going to go have a quick chat with Andrews, and Carl Coles is going to say, you take your time, AC, you take your time. Because that one, don't know if it hit his shin or the front of his foot, but not feeling good after that swing. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. First base is Sepsich. He hasn't attempted a stolen bag. Nice round of applause for Owen, as everybody in the crowd knows you foul one off your foot or your leg. That is extremely excruciating and painful for a very brief amount of time. It's going to leave a very awkward bruise on your foot or your shin. So now we're getting ready back for baseball. Once again, the game tomorrow, 11:30 first pitch, a.m. Good morning, Dirtbags baseball tomorrow, but right now the Dirtbags have to get through this one. The 1-2 from Andrews, way outside, misses with the fastball. Deuce is wild now, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Tulane leading by 2 runs, 3-1 here in the top of the 4th inning. Once again, top lineup up on deck for the Green Wave. Andrews intently staring at the sign from Jimenez, set on the mound. The 2-2 on the way. That just misses outside for ball 3. Count now full. Sepsich going to be off with the pitch. And if Owen can hit a gap, Tulane could have a 3-run lead just like that in the blink of an eye. So Andrews looking like he was going to continue his success after his last 2 starts, coming up against SEC opponents, top 10 SEC opponents at the time that they played Ole Miss and A&M. Now he's struggling, but the 3-2 is fouled off, so Owen staying alive. Only gave up 2 earned runs to Ole Miss, got the win, the lone win for the Dirtbags that weekend, and last week took the tough luck loss, giving up 2 runs, 1 earned to Texas A&M, getting the Friday night start in that one. So we've seen Andrews on Friday nights, Saturdays, and Sundays. Today getting asked to be pushed up one day. The 3-2. That's going to be lined to center field. Stotler moving over to his left as he's right there to make the grab for out number 3. So after 3.5 innings, Tulane putting up 3 on the board in the top of the 4th, starting with a Hosey home run, a sac bunt RBI for Gazzo, and a 2-out RBI single by Sepsich. So after 3.5, Tulane 3, Dirtbags 1. Listen to Dirtbags Baseball on the Long Beach State Radio Network.
Anheuser-Busch is a proud sponsor of Long Beach State Athletics. Bud Light, raise one to right now. Anheuser-Busch encourages you to drink responsibly and give a damn. Make a plan to make it home.
Glennie Thomas Dodge Chrysler Jeep salutes the Long Beach State 49ers. We're proud to have been a part of the Long Beach community for 103 years, delivering the Glenn E. Thomas promise of quality, service, and value since 1909.
Dignity Health St. Mary Medical Center, where doctors, nurses, and staff see the healing effects of human kindness every day. Visit dignityhealth.org/St. Mary to learn how St. Mary Medical Center can serve the beach and your loved ones. From orthopedics and heart services to emergency and women's services. Hello, human kindness.
Party people, Doom, here to let you know that I have no prior knowledge to any invasion or any invasion being planned or executed, and I have no ties to Madly or any organizations affiliated. Thank you.
Welcome back to Bull Diamond at Blair Field. Zach Anderson, Yoxheimer with you guys. Bottom 4. Tulane now leading 3-1 over the Dirtbags, leading off for Long Beach State, Brooks Stotler. Dirtbags did put up a run in the bottom of the 3rd, but find themselves now trailing 3-1. White's first pitch to Stotler in there for a strike, 0-1. Stotler had a chance in the bottom of the 1st inning to drive home a run with Clayton Andrews at second base with 2 outs. Ended up striking out. Off speed from White on the 0-1, misses outside, 1-1. So Stotler 0-1. Galaccio coming up on deck is 1-1. And then Mercadale in the hole 0-1. The 1-1, that's be on the way. White taking his time. The 1-1, here we go. Off speed misses, 2-1. So White working exclusively out of the stretch. Not really much of a windup. Has a bit of an off-center setup as he starts with his left foot, not straight away, takes in the sign, and then squares up to the mound, the 2-1. Misses upstairs, 3 balls and a strike. So Stotler trying to start something here for the Dirtbags. Had a runner on in every inning so far. Just only one run to show for it. The two teams combined are 2 for 15 with runners on base. And the 3-1 misses out inside, actually, for ball 4. Stotler working his way down to first base, bring up Dominic Calaccio. Runner on first, nobody out here, bottom 4. So quick look at the Lucille's Barbecue out-of-town scoreboard. Brought to you by Lucille's Barbecue, serving up award-winning Southern-style food, signature slow-smoked barbecue ribs, smokehouse burgers, and Southern specialties, served with a large helping of down-home friendly service. Visit their 2 locations and online at www.lucillesbbq.com. So a couple of games for the Big West teams rained out. CSUN and UC Riverside both postponed. UC Riverside was supposed to have a doubleheader today against Nevada. No bueno. CSUN lost to Ohio State in extra innings the other night. Their game today was postponed to tomorrow, so they're going to have a doubleheader on Sunday. Fullerton, Cal Poly, both those games playing tonight later at 6. First pitch to Calaccio, foul back and away, 0-1.
There's actually snow on Reno right now, so henceforth a snow postponement.
Not something you see every day.
No.
Meanwhile, the Gauchos up in Santa Barbara taking on Sacramento State, leading 5-2 in the top of the 5th inning. So the 0-1 ready from White to Calaccio. Foul back again off the screen, 0-2. But it's March, mid-March, it's almost spring break, and it's snowing in Reno. What do you think?
Global warming.
Well, Nevada did have a nice win yesterday, so it was probably on fire yesterday in a nice win in the March Madness.
On the court, yes. At home, probably not.
No, I think at home they're probably going ecstatic after that overtime win against Texas yesterday. The 0-2 misses. Now Stotler caught in between as there's a throw behind him. He's in a bit of a pickle. Throw back, and Stotler running for his life, and they're going to tag him for out number 1 as Stotler is picked off. It was a weird play right there on the 0-2 missing low. It was 1-2 now to Calaccio. Stotler was caught in no man's land. So just like that, the Dirtbags, a base running blunder, find themselves now with 1 out, nobody on, and Calaccio still up.
A 2-3-4 pickoff.
The 1-2 is going to be flied out to right field. Sepsich right there easily to make the catch for out number 2. So in a blink of an eye, the Dirtbags had a chance to make a big inning out of this, and just like that, 2 outs, nobody on for Tristan Mercadal.
In games in which they lose, you see things like this, bad base running blunders, and you have to limit those opportunities, especially at home.
And especially against the teams such as Tulane, who you expect the Dirtbags to win, as the first pitch to Mercadal's line to right field. That one's going to one-hop the wall. Mercadal going for extra bases. Going to stop at second base. First pitch swinging, and that was a deep fly ball to right field. One-hopping off the Jared Weaver bullpen wall. And just like that, Garrett Nelson coming up after a 2-out double by Mercadal, getting a huge hack on that one.
Now, you could have said in hindsight, if Nelson stay at the bag or stop at the bag, it'll be a 3-2 ball game, but it's not. Still 3-1.
Now it's going to be up to Garrett Nelson to get a 2-out base knock. Try and cut the lead in half. 3-1 Tulane leading bottom 4. Dirtbags already a couple of bad bunts that have not helped them today, and bad base running. Nelson, this one is hammered to right, but it's going to go foul. So first pitch to Mercadal, smashed down the right field line for a double. First pitch to Nelson, smashed off the Troy and Daniel batting facility. Tulowitzki. My apologies.
Batting cages. Very prestigious couple.
Yes.
Around these parts.
And I apologize for not saying their last name.
Yeah, as you should.
And I believe I saw a report Troy Tulowitzki will not be ready for opening day.
No, he will not.
We'll see how he goes in the later stages of his career. Right now with Toronto. A back pick for White. Not doing anything as nobody's home. Mercadal just scampering back to second. Nelson hitting .208. Only 125 with runners in scoring position. The 0-1. Misses inside in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike. On deck, it's going to be Shaq Robinson, and in the hole, Santino Rivera, if they can even get that far. Meanwhile, for Tulane, they're going to have the top of the order up. Artigues, Witherspoon, and Hosey. And it was Hosey who hit a solo shot to tie the game here in the top of the 4th inning. The 1-1 to Nelson. In the dirt again, 2 balls and a strike. Good eye by Nelson. We've seen he's been a little bit susceptible to chasing the off speed in the dirt, hacking at the up and away fastball. But now it's Nelson getting a little bit better of a good eye and taking those last 2 pitches in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike. Meanwhile, it's Mercadal out there at second base, trying to work a big lead. 2-1 going to be hammered, fielded by Artigues, fired over to first after a nice sliding grab to get the ball, and grabbed and snagged by Jensen at first. So the 4-3 put out to end the bottom of the 4th. A promising start to the bottom of the 4th inning with a leadoff walk. Stoller picked off. Calaccio flies out. A 2-out double goes for one. Listen to Dirtbags Baseball, Long Beach State Radio Network. To order, never compromise, and in and out, that's what a hamburger's all about. Why not stop in after the game? Zach Anderson-Yoxheimer alongside Jay Holloway, top 5. Tulane, 3, Dirtbags 1. First pitch misses to Jonathan Artigues, but now to Jay.
All right, Zach. Ball 1, Artigues. 1 for 2 day. A single on the fly ball to left. Nice catch by Mercadal on his second at bat. Andrews fires for a strike. 1, 2, and 3 in the order. Artigues followed by Witherspoon and Hosey. Made a 1-1 tie in the 4th with his solo blast. Snake eyes count for Andrews to Artigues. On the outside part of the plate. Small shrug. Oh, man. 2-1 is the count. 5th inning. Tulane 3, Dirtbags 1. Swing and a line shot up the middle for a base hit. So Artigues to 42. They had 1 last night, none today. You have a nice home run to show for it in left field by Hosey. Witherspoon is over. Nobody out. Infield playing close for a ground ball depth. Back to first. To Nelson.
The Krug?
Yes. Krug and Kipe is what they call up in San Francisco. No balls and 2 strikes. Andrews fires. And a look at first by home plate by Jimenez.
I remember in high school, my high school coach at the time, before we switched coaches, forced us to sit, obviously, in the winter months when it's cold, no baseball season. We sat inside for a PE class and watched an entire documentary on Augie Garrido.
1-2.
So who is Augie Garrido? And all of us were like, I don't know. I'm just a lovely, goofy old high school kid. Clueless. Right. And he looked at us, gave us a verbal lashing, proceeded to put in the documentary, and I've learned of the legend of Augie Garrido.
The 1-2. Swing and a tip.
So basically, if you don't know who Augie Garrido is, research it pronto, and just know he is one of the greatest baseball minds to walk this earth.
And you will surely be informed. Coach Mike Krukow, Ozzie, baseball players and in their time. 1-2. That one wide again by the Giants fan, Clayton Andrews. Funny story about Mike Krukow. I met him last year at your favorite place, the Ravine, Zach, and Mike's a bit sick of a bit of muscular disease. He has this big old stick. 2-2 pitch. That one lined on a ground ball hop to second base. Durant can't pick it up, and no play of the second or the first. I'll bring up Cody Hosey. Getting back to the story about Mike Krukow. He has his big, long stick that he uses to walk around. Bring out that Ricker ball. Go to Malby a now pitching change. So Andrews now is done. Cannot get out here in the 5th inning. Take a break, and we'll come back with more stories after this on the Dirtbags Radio Network. and second base. Witherspoon at first. At second, Jonathan Artigues. At the plate, Cody Hosey, and Spackey will spin around to second, but no throw. Spackey is from Ramona, California. On the year for Dylan, 1 win, no loss, 12 innings pitched, 7 hits, 3 runs, 15 punch-outs, 7 walks. But a young freshman, Spackey, go from the stretch, and you will stretch around to second base again and try to keep Artigues at bay. So for Andrews on the Saturday start, on a short notice, 4 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs to his name so far. If nothing comes through in the 5th, the pitch. Bunted towards third. Robinson to pick it up to first. Long time to throw it, and somehow got him out at the last second. So a 5-3 sacrifice. The men move over to their new bases. Now second and third for Tulane, looking for more here in game 2 and their first win possibly of the series.
So you see Tulane so far executing. Yeah, the guy who hit a home run to tie the game, and Cody Hosey, next time up he has to lay a sacrifice down with 2 guys on. So now bring up Jensen. So Tulane executing, getting the bunt down. The Dirtbags have been unable to do that, bring in any guys. So we'll see what the infield and what Spackey can do if he can get out of this jam with the strikeout he tends to get in these situations.
Spackey set to Trevor Jensen. Trevor Jensen came on a walk and scored a run. Beg your pardon, a single. Infield playing on the grass. Long Beach State, Spackey fires. Blocked. 4 ball 2. We were saying about Mike Krikozak that his stick can be used as force.
Explain.
Well, I made a mistake. I was with the Giants radio booth last year, and I wore a slightly tanned orange shirt.
Orange?
Yes, slightly. Well,
they're orange.
No, I wore a blue shirt. It was more like tealish.
Oh, what happened to the orange?
Well, I wore orange the first night. Second night I wore this teal shirt, and Mike was not happy about it. He was like, "What kind of shirt is that, Jay?" I was like, "I don't know, Mike." 2-0. That one popped in the air, left center field. Going back, Mercadale at the warning track. The leap, and he dropped the baseball. Artigues will score. They're going to send the runner around. The throw home is offline, and a 2-run double for Trevor Jensen. It's now 5-1.
It's almost a similar type play that Mercadale had to make yesterday, just harder hitting higher up the wall. Gives up the 2 RBI double right there. Now they trail by 4 runs.
RBI number 8 and 9 for Jensen. So those will be charged to Andrews on his scorecard. Today, here is Matt Rowland. Right-hander takes strike 1 high and away. So Tulane, they can hit. As a team, they hit .261, 1 through 9. Through 19 games, now 20 today. The 0-1. Rowland will watch one go away to the backstop. With run up to now third base is Jensen. Third wild pitch today here on Saturday. So 1 ball, 1 strike. 5 runs the last 2 innings 5 runs, 8 hits, no errors. 1 run, 5 hits, 1 error for Long Beach State. Infield still playing in. There's only 1 down in the frame. Spackey still on the stretch. Fires. That 1 fouled at the screen. So the moral of the story is, Zach, if you're around Mike Krukow, don't wear blue.
Okay.
Just saying.
But I might want to wear blue.
Well,
I like blue.
Well, you may want to hide it.
Well, what I'm wearing today, consider as blue or green? Or I just get smacked upside the head?
That's blue. That's not even close to green.
Nah, it's a little green. It's a
There
light
is
green.
no green, man. I can see what green is. That's a check swing, and they say at first by Stephen Corvey, he did not go around. 2-2. That's a very light blue. That's teal-like, what you're wearing with your cat-like sweater invested. Long Beach sweater.
My cat-like sweater?
Well, all your cat hair's all over it.
I don't. It doesn't matter.
Just saying.
I'm just trying to stay warm.
Oh.
Extra fur, you know?
Yeah, you should have washed it.
It's clean.
Should have washed it. 2-2. Roland will take a low, strike 3. Called.
Well, it's Matt Rowland taking a strike from Lowland right there. Man, that was a
very home-friendly strike. That was missed.
It's interesting. We've seen pitchers be on that inside corner, have similar pitch trajectories right there, but they haven't gotten the call today. That time, they got the benefit of the doubt. And maybe it could have been a strike, but what we've seen so far, that has not been a strike.
Right. In recent memory. 2 away for Salgazzo. Takes again a low strike from Spackey. At the knees, they say, is Carl Coles calling balls and strikes. He has a very, sometimes lenient, low strike zone, according to his eyes, over at home plate. The 0-1. On the outside, 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Jay Holloway with Zach Anderson Yoxheimer. Our producer is DeJuan Campbell on the radio side. A-Rod on the TV side on Beach Vision today.
No maestro?
Still a maestro. Snake Eyes pitch, swing and a miss. 1-2. And we thank you for listening and also watching as well. Here in Game 2. Dirtbags against Tulane. First meeting in 20 years. Tulane looking for a win here in series number 2, in game number 2, all time. With 2 down, man at third, the pitch swung on and missed. Strike 3, inning over. So a double, a single, and a walk, and a couple of wild pitches later, 2 runs on board for Tulane. They lead Long Beach State 5-1. We have played 4.5. Dirtbags coming up on the Long Beach State Radio Network.
Right now, follow Long Beach State Athletics on Instagram at LB.
Dignity Health St. Mary Medical Center, where doctors, nurses, and staff see the healing effects of human kindness every day. Visit dignityhealth.org/St. Mary to learn how St. Mary Medical Center can serve the beach and your loved ones. From orthopedics and heart services to emergency and women's services. Hello, human kindness.
Timmins Subaru and Volkswagen has been serving Greater Long Beach for over 33 years. Inventory and pricing is the reason for over 3 decades of service. Experience the Timmins touch at TimminsLongBeach.com. At Timmins, we deliver fun.
5-1, your score. Tulane leading here in game 2 for Ben White on the mound. For Tulane, the graduate transfer from Holy Cross. First swing from Robinson in the 5th, a fly ball, a very Canacorn-like catch for Artiques. There's one out in the 5th inning. So Shaq today, 0 for 2. Rivera got the runs going. The double in the 3rd. He was then brought home by the RBI double by Andrews, who is now the DH today. Now removed from the pitching duties today. First pitch from Santino for ball 1. On February 17th, the 2-1. No swing again, and his ball 3 low. He just threw 5 innings on Wednesday in that blowout loss against ULL, Louisiana Lafayette. 5 innings, 4 hits, a run, 5 punch-outs, and there's ball 4. So back-to-back good starts for Ben White, this time in a starting role, not from the bullpen.
We have a special birthday today.
Yes.
Nothing really affiliated with baseball or Long Beach State, but speaking about gold, Katie Ledecky, 21 today.
Oh. Happy birthday.
And she won the NCAA title in the 1650-yard free. Beat the nearest competitor by 30 seconds.
Strike 1 call to JD at the plate. Durant today, 1 single, 1 fly ball to right.
If you know anything about running or swimming or anything time, 30 seconds is a beatdown.
Yes, that's a good margin of win. Durant swings to left field for a base hit. Going first to third, Rivera be the throw. The throw is well offline to the dugout. So a wild throw from Witherspoon. So that's at least a single.
I would say single possibly and advance to second on the air with Rivera advancing to third on the throw. But that throw was way offline.
Almost hit your house, Zach.
Might as well. Might have hit my car too on the way. But a great playing right in front of the Dirtbags dugout, and you see all the green. I couldn't even tell who's green and who's not. Just hiding right there in front of the dugout. But White a perfect backup. Otherwise, Rivera would have been scampering on home to score.
So Rivera is at third. Durant at second base after that tough throw from the outfield. Andrews takes ball 1 in the dirt. So the Dirtbags have a chance. Tying run is on deck. 5-1. Tulane leads 1 away. Andrews swings towards first base, picked up by Artiques. A run does score in the fashion on the ground out. 5-2. Rivera scores.
Officially on the last play, they didn't give anything of an error. It was just a single, runner advancing to third on the single, and Durant advancing to second on the throw.
All right.
But just like that, after the ground out by Andrews, he has 2 RBIs today. Trying to make up for his not-so-stellar day at the mound and drives in 2 runs. So right now I believe he's now 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs.
Both RBIs brought home Rivera. 2 away for Jimenez. The pitch up and in for ball 1. Jimenez, quiet day at the plate. 0 for his first 2. Ground ball to short. And 2. Jensen with a scoop to Ben White. That's in there. Low and away for strike 1. So the wind blowing profusely right to left. Ben White, first base side, Ripper throws. That one just knuckled, found a third base side. Jimenez down a 1-2 count. So this may be White's last inning due to fatigue and not trying to overuse him.
Did throw earlier this week.
Yeah, he threw 5 on Tuesday. 1-2. Jimenez will take one for the team. 2-2. This is what they needed for Coach Jewett to get them at least 5 innings. You had Roper that went through a rough 4 last night. He just seemed off the mark. 2-2 hits a right field on the run, and the dive is not there with the catch for Tulane for Sepsich. 5-3.
So about the third bleeder down the right field line we've seen drop in front of a right fielder, Colaccio or Sepsich. This one turns into a double and a dance for Jimenez as he does his little double dance right there, bringing home another run. I believe that's RBI 14 for him on this young freshman campaign. And the Dirtbags have now cut a 4-1 deficit as they only trail by 2, with now Stotler, the tying run at the plate here with 2 outs, trying to drive home another runner in scoring position.
So we were just talking about how a good start from Ben White. It's now a 2-run ball game. So the old broadcaster's jinx may be coming into play. With 2 outs, the Dirtbags are now 3 of 6 at the plate in this game. They were 1. Stotler will step in. Man at second base is Jimenez. 2-run inning for Long Beach here. You had Rob Clark come in earlier saying need more runs. Well, they heard his message. They got 2 here in the frame off Ben White. And you have a time call from the
on Tuesday in their extra inning thriller, going 11 innings. He went 5 innings, as you mentioned, gave up 4 hits, 1 earned run. He struck out 5, walked 1, threw nearly 70 pitches in that one, and took the tough luck loss as Tulane lost 5-2 in 11 innings. And he only gave up 1 of those runs in the 11th inning. It was another reliever who gave up more runs. So he threw 5 solid innings before eventually taking that hard loss in the 11th inning against Louisiana Lafayette, the Ragin' Cajuns. Looks like there's going to be a new arm on the mound, Jay.
And there will be a new arm coming up when we take a short break. New arm for Tulane. We'll give you his name and notes in a moment. Long Beach State Radio Network. New pitcher for the Tulane Green Wave, number 32, a left-hander, Sam Borneld. He comes from the great state of Texas, Sugar Land, Texas. He's a redshirt senior. W.P. Clements is his high school of choice. He will face Stotler with a man at second base. Is Jimenez, 5-3 here in the fifth. He replaces Ben White. Stotler takes one sweeping inside near his knees, and it just missed for ball number 1. 13th appearance for Borneld, 10 innings of work, 2.70 ERA. Southpaw winds one, low and away, 2-0. He threw an inning on Wednesday against Southern Miss. 1 hit, 1 strikeout on 22 pitches. Two balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Stotler has not swung this at bat, and Borneo is now behind 3-0.
Not exactly what you want to do when you come in and face a matchup lefty right here, and you got Calaccio on deck, who's been seeing the ball pretty well. He's only 1 for 2, but he has been swinging at some tough pitches.
3-0. Stotler will take ball 4 on a 4-pitch walk. So the tying man is at first base for the good eyes for Dominic Calaccio. So Long Beach looked out of sync in the top part of the frame. They are now only down by a deuce. Long Beach faithful now standing up, making some noise. To our left. Borneo delivers. Calaccio is now behind 0-1. On deck is Mercadale. So a quick change for Coach Jewett. That was enough for Ben White. 4 2/3. The pitch. Calaccio was way out in front, got nothing but air from above. Bit of a bad ball swing. Strike 2.
Yeah, you take the strike right down the middle, and then the ugly swing right there. But we'll see. He's been looking pretty good with 2 strikes, fouling off some nice pieces. Maybe if he just shortens up, pokes it to right field, he could salvage this at bat.
0-2. Takes one high. That was the approach on that swing, but when you come up empty, it looks pretty bad.
And when the ball is a good 5 feet outside.
Yes. Has to be near your bat, not near your home. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 men on. The pitch. Calaccio pokes one to Jensen, goes back himself, say, I got it. And Borneo gets out of the 5th inning. 2 runs off 2 hits, no errors. It's now a 5-3 ball game. Tulane leading. Going to the 6th inning on a Dirtbags Radio Network.
Timmins Subaru and Volkswagen has been serving Greater Long Beach for over 33 years. Inventory and pricing is the reason for over 3 decades of service. Experience the Timmins touch at TimminsLongBeach.com. At Timmins, we deliver fun.
You are now tuned in to 22 West Radio, the next wave of K-Beach. If you would like to stay tuned in, please download our new host app, Radio FX.
Anheuser-Busch is a proud sponsor of Long Beach State Athletics. Bud Light, raise one to right now. Anheuser-Busch encourages you to drink responsibly and give a damn. Make a plan to make it home. A win for your team is a win for you too. There's nothing quite like it except driving a Nissan. Get to Nissan. a proud supporter of college athletics. And shop ChooseNissan.com. Take on today.
Back at Blair, top 6, and here is Zach for the play-by-play.
Dirtbags Baseball brought to you by Dignity Health St. Mary's Medical Center, where doctors, nurses, and staff see the healing effects of human kindness every day. Visit dignityhealth.org/St. Mary to learn more about how St. Mary Medical Center can serve the beach and your loved ones. From orthopedics and heart services to emergency and women's services, hello, human kindness, and hello, top of the 6th inning. First pitch, it's going to fall in front of Mercadal for extra bases, and Bedgood is going to be good with the leadoff double top 6 against Dylan Spackey. It's 5-3 here, top 6. Tulane put up a 2 spot in the top of the 5th to get a 4-run lead. The Dirtbags responded with 2 in the bottom half, and it looks like the offensive production is going to continue for the rest of the day as both starters are knocked out. Couldn't even go 5 either way. So it's going to be a battle of the bullpens. Long Beach State's bullpen, but sometimes a little beleaguered. And Tulane, well, we'll see what they have today. As Jay mentioned, the Green Wave tend to average around 9 hits per game. That last double, the leadoff double right there, got their 9th hit of the game. We're only in the top of the 6th inning, nobody out. So bring up Steven Sepsich. He's 1 for 2 today, an RBI single in the 4th inning. So now the Green Wave, 9 hits, no errors. The Dirtbags, 7 hits, 1 error. Lots of wild pitches, lots of little dinks and dunks for doubles. 1 home run by Hosey. That was back in the 4th inning. That tied the game at 1. And since, we've seen lots of runs scored. So Spackey taking his time off the mound. Getting set. On deck is Owen, and then the top of the lineup once again for Tulane. First pitch. Be a bunt attempt right back to Spackey. Going to pick it up instead, fire to first. He turned, looked at Robinson at third as the bunt was right back to him. But it was just a little bit too far to his right to pick it up and just fire to third. It's not a force play, so it would be close play for Robinson to try and apply the tag. So instead, goes the easy way, the 1-3 put out for out number 1. So now 1 out, runner on third. Bring up A.C. Owen. So here we go. Owen taking his time looking at the signs down the first base line. Steps in. Dirtbag infield in once again. Spackey coming up. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. You might say, oh, why don't they walk Owen to try and get the double play possibility? But then on deck, Artigues, the leadoff hitter, is only 2 for 3. Then you got Witherspoon, 1 for 3. And Hosey, 1 for 2. So the top of the order on deck. Right now, you want to get this out, and then you'd probably walk Artigues. So 0-1 to Owen. The 0-1 foul back off the screen. Good hack for A.C. Owen, just coming up empty there. 0-2. Bedgood ready to pounce on a wild pitch or anything in the dirt at third. So no balls, 2 strikes for Spackey. Trying to find any way to get out Owen right here. Over 2 hours into this one, still only in the top of the 6th inning. As my partner Jay mentioned to me off air, he's like, we're going to be here for a little bit while longer. We'll see if the offense continues. The 0-2 misses upstairs. Probably trying to change the eye level there for Owen. 1-2. Owen 0 for 2 today. Lined out both times to center field. So any bloop single, drive home a run. Statler playing a little bit shaded towards left center. Spackey taking his time. Look at the signs from Jimenez. Comes set with the 1-2. Here we go. In the dirt. Good eye. 2-2 for Owen. Struck out 11 times. Walked 5. He has 6 RBIs and 5 hits and 42 at-bats this year, hitting 119. Only hitting 176 with runners in scoring position. After starting off slow with runners on base, both teams have picked it up. Dirtbags 3 for 13 with runners on base. Tulane 3 for 11 with runners on base. Both teams 2 for 8 with runners in scoring position. So the 2-2 as Spacky gets set on the mound. Infield gets set on the way. Foul back just off the glove of Jimenez and rolls back to the screen. So Owen having a nice lengthy at-bat here. And the Jared Weaver bullpen in right field. Nobody getting warm over there for the Dirtbags. Doesn't seem to be any arm getting warm for Tulane. So it seems like it's the two pitchers at the moment trying to hold down the fort as long as they possibly can. Dirtbags had an outstanding start last night by Bayoun, but Andrews could not keep up the streak that he's had to start the season. The 2-2. Fouled out of play. And watch out, that might get Jay's car. So Owen trying to work up this pitch count for Spacky. Trying to stay in and poke one through the infield that's playing in. Lots of holes. If he can find one down the third base line, Robinson playing off the line there. Meanwhile, Nelson hugging a little bit more the first base line. The 2-2. Going to be laced down the first base line off the glove of Nelson. That's going to bring home a run. And Owen's going to go on his way to second. And Calacio's throw is going to get cut off. So a one-out double. The infield in. Nelson dove towards the first base line, had it one hop off his glove, and going into the corner. Calaccio had to run for it, so Owen seeing, all right, Calacio's not there, runs to second. So a one-out double, 6-3, Tulane now leads. Spacky could not put away Owen after getting up pretty early in the count. A couple of nice foul balls, and then Owen gets one he can hammer down the line. And with the infield in, Nelson had no time to react and could not field it cleanly as it goes down the right field line. It's now the 10th hit for the Green Wave. The tide is crashing today with the Green Wave on this lovely St. Patrick's Day. Jay looking up to the sky saying, where's the pot of gold? 6-3, Tulane now leads. First pitch to Jonathan Artigues, and a nice grab by a fan in the box seats on the foul ball as it rolled down the net, 0-1.
That was your best punt all day.
It kept coming.
Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, huh?
He could say they're coming in waves today,
0-1.
Right,
don't kill it like that. You had a good thing going. Now you just messed it all up. Jeez. Anyway.
So
back to you.
All right, so the brief little interruption there by Jay. The 0-1 misses 1-1. So Artigues coming in, 2 for 3, an infield single to start off in the first inning, but got stranded, lined out to left field in the third, and singled right back up the middle with a hard shot in the fifth inning, and came around to score. Now hitting .361. And he's only hitting .500 with runners in scoring position this year. The 1-1. That time catches the inside corner for a strike, 1-2. Carl Cole saying, yep, that's a strike. And he CC'd the batter saying, that's a strike as well. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. 3 on the year. On the game, not for the year. So Spacky taking a long time so far in this inning in between pitches. Not really having any flow to come back with these hitters. The 1-2. Off speed just misses outside. 2-2. Big breaker. Trying to catch Artigues looking. Home plate umpire Carl Cole says no, just a little bit outside. But we've sometimes seen him give that corner pitch either way. But still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Owen at second. Yet to steal a base as well. Trying to find any way to jump over to third on a wild pitch as well. 2-2. Called strike 3. A delayed call by Carl Coles. And then the emphatic little dance behind home plate for out number 2. So Spacky catches him looking on the inside corner with the fastball. So Grant Witherspoon, the junior coming up, the center fielder, has to come up clutch for Tulane with a 2-out RBI now. Witherspoon 1 for 3, hitting .299 on the year. Trying to get that .300 batting average if he can get a 2-out knock right here. Tulane leading now 6-3 here, top 6. Spacky set, coming to the plate. Witherspoon takes a strike on the outside corner. Rocking the nice shades at the plate as well. I've always wondered, does it really help if you wear shades at the dish? Especially with the sun not in his eyes. I could see if the sun or some sort of reflection is straight in your eyes, but nothing really in his face today. The 0-1 misses away, 1-1. Got any take on that, Jay?
Yeah, look cool while I was swinging the bat.
Okay.
What's wrong about that? You jealous?
A little jelly.
All right. Get over it.
1-1 is the count. 2 outs. Owen at second base with his 1-out double that brought home a run. Spacky taking his time. The 1-1. That one just misses. 2-1. So Spacky now see his ERA jump a little bit more. Was coming in, I believe, a .57. Now it's ballooned to 1.32 as he's given up 2 earned runs in 13 2/3 innings. One of the bright spots, the freshman for the Dirtbags out of the bullpen this year. 18 strikeouts, 7 walks as well. The 2-1 swung on and missed. And an outside pitch right there. Deuce is now wild. Witherspoon, number 22 at the dish with 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and runner on second base. So we're getting a little deucey and crazy right here. Spacky getting ready with the 2-2. On deck is Hosey. Already a home run for him today. The 2-2. Lays right back up the middle. That's going to bring home a run as Owens easily going to score. So Witherspoon coming up clutch as he gets his second hit of the day. And Tulane now leading 7-3. They're faithful standing up down the first base line, making as much noise as possible. So now these last 3 innings combined, still not finished, but they've scored a total of all 7 runs in the last 3 innings. So the first 3, Andrews was working around the Tulane lineup, striking out 5. Now against both Spacky and Andrews, Tulane scored 7 runs and now has 11 hits on the afternoon. Bring up Cody Hosey. Runner on first 2 outs. Runner going. Throw down to second with Jimenez. Not going to be in time as the throw gets into center field. Running over to third is Witherspoon. He's now 5 for 8 stealing bags. And the errant throw by Jimenez down to second base as it rolls into center field. Goes for the second error today. As now Witherspoon, just in a blink of an eye, is at third base with 2 outs. And Hosey took that one down the middle for a strike. But now is a golden opportunity to make this 8-3 Tulane. Already leading by 4. Tulane now 5 for 14 with runners on base, 4 for 11 runners in scoring position. The 0-1. Hosey's going to line that to right center. That's going to drop for a base hit, bring home another run. And just like that, a stolen base by Witherspoon, the bad throw by Jimenez going into center field. And just like that, Witherspoon gets an RBI knock, then comes around to score after stealing his 5th bag of the year. And Hosey's now 2 for 3 with a couple of RBIs. Tulane opening up this one 8-3. 12 hits in the top of the 6th inning overall. It's the first time we've seen an error come back to bite the Dirtbags this game. Bring up Trevor Jensen. And Jensen's only 2 for 3 himself today. So Spacky set, tosses to first, but not in time as Jensen goes back. As Hosey goes back, my apologies. Hosey 3 for 4 stealing bags this year. So here we go. Spacky set in the stretch. Trying to get out of this bad top of the 6th inning. First pitch misses. 1-0. 3 runs given up here in this top of the 6th inning. Dirtbags had responded with 2 in the bottom of the 5th to make it a 2-run ball game, but Tulane trying to widen the margin a little bit more, now leading by 5. There's an arm getting warm in the bullpen for the Dirtbags. Meanwhile, the Tulane bullpen nice and quiet. That one bounces in front of Jimenez. Going to fire to second as the runner takes off. And that's going to be a wild pitch as that one hops. The second base bag goes Durant trying to field that one. It's now 2-0 to Jensen. And another runner in scoring position for the Green Wave. And I did make the bad joke and pun about it coming in waves, but it's almost coming true. Tulane is just coming at the Dirtbags right now, putting on the pressure, putting the balls in play, scoring the runs and coming up clutch. And the Dirtbags have had no response both offensively and defensively as far as execution and being efficient when it comes up and having their time. 2-0. Misses outside, 3 balls and no strikes. This is easily the worst inning of work for Spackey in his young career. So pretty sure Jensen's going to be taking here. A single and a double to his ledger today. Trying to be 2 for 3 with a walk. On deck, Matt Rowland. Now Spackey set. The 3-0 on the way. That one's right down the heart of the plate, 3-1. And you can be sure if Jensen gets anything he likes it, he's going to have a huge swing on this one. So Spackey now set with the 3-1. Big lead for Hosey at second base. The 3-1 in the dirt for ball 4. Nice block by Jimenez not to allow that one to get away from him, but a lot of wild pitches, a lot of walks as Coach Rickaball is coming to the mound. I believe that's going to do it for Spackey. Not entirely sure, but first and second, 2 outs, and yep, that's going to do it for Spackey. He's going to finish with a inning and 2/3, give up 5 hits, 3 runs, all earned. He struck out 3, but gave up 3 doubles as well as faces 10 batters and cannot get the job done. The young freshman going to face his freshman woes for today, but we'll be back after this. First and second, 2 outs, Dirtbags in a jam. They now trail 8-3. Listen to Dirtbags Baseball, the Long Beach State Radio Network.
Love before learning, learn for life. Arts and Services for Disabled Incorporated provides programs and services including enrolled day and outreach programs, gallery shows, exhibitions, and community partnerships.
We really focus on abilities versus disabilities, allowing people to learn to express themselves through evidence-based music and art therapy. And one of our biggest goals here is to create inclusion through creative arts and really bring our population into...
Welcome back here, top 6. New pitcher on the mound for the Dirtbags, John Castro, taking over for Dylan Spackey. 2 on, 2 out. Bring up Matt Rowland. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. Tulane leading 8-3 here, top 6. They've pounded out 12 hits overall, haven't committed an error, and they've held off the Dirtbag charges. Tulane was trailing 1-0 heading into the top of the 4th. And since, they put up 8 runs in these last 3 innings. The 4th, they put up 3. In the 5th, they put up a 2 spot. And here, they're still grinding out runs as the 0-1 misses outside, 1-1. Roland, one of the few Green Wave players in this lineup to be hitless, or the 2. Roland and Gazzo, the 2 guys coming up. Roland 0 for 2, but he still walked once and scored a run in the 4th inning. The other 2 times he was officially at bat, struck out looking both times. 1-1, a huge swing and a miss at the off speed, 1-2. Castro trying to limit the damage. Long Beach State's trying to find a way to get just back to the dugout and put up runs of their own. They haven't had trouble putting guys on base, and that's been the story all season. Getting guys on base has not been the issue. It's been getting the hits with guys on base or moving them over and then getting the base hits. Castro set with the 1-2 to Roland. Takes a look at the runner at second, Hosey. Comes up, hammered into left field for a 2-out knock. Hosey on his way home. The throw at the plate is not going to be in time as it's cut off. 9-3 Tulane now leads as Roland gets a 2-out RBI single. And now 8 of the 9 Tulane players in the lineup have a base knock. It's hit number 13 for the Green Wave. The 4th run here in the top of the 6th inning. So Castro gives up a 2-out knock, now first and second. Jensen moving over to second. Roland at first. Bring up Sal Gazzo, who's 0 for 2. Both times swinging strikeouts. But he did put Tulane up with an RBI safety squeeze back in the 4th inning. So he does have an RBI. Gazzo takes outside 1-0. So every Tulane player either has a hit or an RBI today. Gazzo is hitting .308. Coming in was hitting .317, but he'll take an RBI and helping out his team earlier in the game. But it's a huge opportunity to break this even more open if it's not low, 2-0. Long Beach State's going to have their own 6, 7, and 8 hitters, and Mercadale, Nelson, and Robinson up. You have to find a way to slowly crawl back into this one. Castro, the sophomore, taking the sign. Trying to be a vital piece out of the bullpen. 2-0. Misses outside, 3 balls and no strikes. Stats at the moment, 0-1 win-loss record. He's given up 12 hits in 8 innings. He has a 4.50 ERA. And with 2 outs, he's been giving up a .385 batting average against. So not the best at getting out of innings. The 3-0, that's be on the way. On deck is Bedgood. 9-3 Tulane. So 3-0 is in there for a strike, 3-1. So we'll see how big of a lead Jensen gets at second. Tulane's been able to expand those secondary leads after the pitch is thrown. And anything that's been hit on the ground and hit to the outfield, they've scored easily with no plays at the plate. So Castro's set with the 3-1. 2 out, 2 on. That one misses inside for ball 4. Bases are now loaded for Bedgood.
Left fielder number 8, David Bedgood.
So Bedgood comes up with the bases juiced. 9-3 lead. And he's already 2 for 3. So Castro looks like it's going to be his inning to try and get out of. Nobody moving in the Jared Weaver bullpen for Long Beach State. Meanwhile, the Green Wave bullpen, the visiting bullpen, as silent as the night. First pitch, in there for a strike, 0-1. So Bedgood singled back in the 2nd inning, flew out in the 4th to center field, and doubled back in the 6th inning, and came around to score. So Castro trying to get out of this inning. It's been an eternity. 4 runs scored in the inning for Tulane. The 0-1. It's going to be a weak chopper. Infield to Nelson. Going to field it, fire over to Spackey. steps on the bag for out number 3, but not before Spackey can get out, is knocked out as Castro comes in, gives up a run after he takes over for Spackey with a 2-out RBI single, and 4 runs scored for the Green Wave. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Tulane now leading 9-3. Listening and watching to Dirtbags Baseball on the Long Beach State Radio Network.
Glennie Thomas Dodge Chrysler Jeep salutes the Long Beach State 49ers. We're proud to have been a part of the Long Beach community for 103 years, delivering the Glenn E. Thomas promise of quality, service, and value since 1909.
Took a little bit of an eternity. All 9 runs scored by Tulane in the last 3 innings. First pitch to Mercadal. Misses 1-0. Tulane put up a 4 spot in the top of the 6th inning, Jay.
Yeah, it took a good while, as we mentioned about the issues with back of the bullpen not locating with strikes, and you saw that at a good portion.
1-0, right down the middle, 1-1. So Bornhield came out in the bottom of the 5th inning. Couple of runners on, got the last out. Dirtbags had a chance to tie the game then, 1-1. In there for a strike from the southpaw, 1-2. And he had a nice little fist pump. You could see Tulane fired up, comes up, puts up 4 more runs, and probably going to get as much time as he needs to eat as many outs as possible. The 1-2 just misses Mercadal. It was an off speed. He tries to move out of the way, and he successfully does, but I don't know if you're Mercadal, if you want to move out of the way. You need base runners.
Well, he ducked. Taking that pitch at the head wouldn't help him.
2-2. Squibber off the bat, fielded by Hosey at third. Throw to first a little high, but Jensen stays on the bag and gets it for out number 1. Bring up Garrett Nelson with Shaq Robinson scheduled to be up on deck. And the Dirtbags, they do already have 7 hits coming into the 6th inning, but it's been repeatedly getting guys on base and moving them over. We've seen at least 2 bunt attempts that I can remember that just were straight bad bunt attempts and did not get the job done. And then we've seen the Dirtbags get picked off with Stotler leading off an inning. That was preceded and followed by a double. So first pitch to Gary Nelson misses upstairs 1-0. Dirtbags have been just failing in all facets of the game today.
Could you call that a bunt slump?
I've honestly never heard of that. The 1-0 lifted to center field, giving chase is Witherspoon and ranges back to make the catch. Round number 2, he dropped the ball as he was trying to pick it up, so it was a little confusing right there, but he makes the catch for round number 2. But a bunt slump, you can just call it BS right there.
I wouldn't call it that, but I mean.
But they haven't been able to execute.
The reason why I say that is because they've had some rough bunts in game 1. Luckily, they won by a good number, so it didn't mean much.
First pitch to Robinson misses way outside, 1-0.
Now, to clarify for those on radio, a bunt should not pop up high in the air. It should pop on the ground in the dirt or on the grass, not 50 feet to the first baseman.
1-0 in there for a strike.
On Wednesday, you saw a bunt by Andrews somewhat have a unique rise up and somehow hit the grass first before it doesn't got on base to tag him out. So that's been a concern this week.
The 1-1, a strike Owen drops the ball, but still a called strike by Carl Coles, calling balls and strikes today. 1-2 with 2 outs, nobody on for Shaq Robinson. Dirtbags trailing 9-3, bottom 6. The 1-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3, but Owens got to throw it over to first, and that retires Robinson in a 1-2-3 inning for Bourne-Yield. We go to the top of the 7th, Tulane, looking for more runs, leading 9-3, and the onslaught is on right now for the Green Wave. We'll be back after this. You're listening and watching to Dirtbags Baseball on the Long Beach State Radio Network.
It'll let you know that I have no prior knowledge to any invasion or any invasion being planned or executed, and I have no ties to Madly or any organization affiliated. Thank you.
Out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Lucille's Barbecue, serving up award-winning Southern-style food, signature slow-smoked barbecue ribs, smokehouse burgers, and Southern specialties, served with a large helping of down-home friendly service. Visit their 2 locations and online at www.lucillesbbq.com. Here, top 7, Long Beach State trailing 9-3, but some of the other scores around the Big West, obviously the couple of rainouts or snowouts. UCR snowed out there in Reno. CSUN having a doubleheader tomorrow, so they're not playing today. Cal Poly and Fullerton playing later tonight. Meanwhile, UCSB leading 10-2 over Sacramento State, top 9. And in March Madness play, Kentucky just going final, winning 95-75 over the Buffalo Bulls. Zach Anderson-Yoxheimer alongside Jay Holloway. To you, Jay.
All right, Zach. 9-3, Tulane Green Wave. On the mound is John Castro against Steven Sepsich. 1 ball and no strikes. New catcher for Long Beach, Antonio Torres behind the plate. Castro, the unique wine and delivery. Like your favorite pizza for ball 2.
Pizza?
Yeah.
Okay.
Something different. I know. You'll get used to it. Deep breath from John. Sets, fires, fly ball to left. Mercadale looking up. It's going foul. So we had a chance by Stepsich, but the wind gracefully guided the ball near your car windshield.
Yeah, it was pretty close there. But you know what hasn't been close? These games today in March Madness. So far, the 3 finals, the closest game was a 20-point margin. So this could be known as Sucky Saturday in March Madness. Still some time to make up. There's a close game between Loyola Chicago and Tennessee, and we'll see what Seton Hall and Kansas brings us. But the madness has been pretty salty today.
The 2-1. Sepsich will whack one on the third base dugout. Foul. 2-2. Sepsich today, RBI single in the 4th and a sacrifice in the 6th on the safety squeeze. Even count at 2 apiece. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 7th inning, and Castro took too long to get wind up. And time was called by Sepsich. Castro ranged from Fontana, the pitch. Curveball, got him looking, strike 3 called. First strikeout today for young John.
Yeah, that off speed right there from Castro. It was a little bit of a slider, not much of a curve. It kind of bounced up first before darting to the corner and just caught the corner right there. Sepsich had nothing he could do on that one and was called looking right there.
So bring up AC Owen to the dish from Brandon, Mississippi. RBI double in the 6th for AC. That went at the knees for a called strike. His 7th RBI of the season for Owen. He has more RBIs than hits this year. 7 to his 6 hits. The pitch. Owen was a half hour late. 0-2.
If you look at these hitting statistics, I can't mention them the whole game, but now they're a little bit kind of out of whack here for Tulane. 7 for 17 runners on base, 6 for 14 runners in scoring position, 5 for 11 with 2 outs.
The 0-2 pitch. Lined on a bounce to Duran to his left in shallow right field to first for 2 away. So you're saying Tulane's hitting the ball pretty good today with men on base.
Yeah, they can get the guys on base, and then when they're on base, they're getting the base knocks. So 7 hits with guys on base, that's a lot. 6 for 14 runners in scoring position, efficient and a lot. And then 5 hits with 2 outs. That's just about every other 2-out base knock that they've had pretty much.
And it became from the first inning. Artigues has 2 hits today. Had a leadoff single in the first inning and a single and a run in the 5th. He was 0-for in game 1. So they got the message. Instructing your head coach, Travis Jewett, of get a better start. And they did.
Get a better start and play a little better.
The 1-0 pitch. Wide. For ball 2. Two balls, no strikes for Jonathan Artigues. Castro is set and delivers. On the outside, 2-1. We are in the 7th inning. Jay Holloway, Zach Anderson, Alzheimer. DeJuan Campbell, our producer on radio. The man they call A-Rod, who we call the Maestro on Beach Vision. 2-1. Gets away from Torres. Nobody on base means nothing. 3-1.
That pitch bounced off Torres' padding so hard that it rolled all the way down the first base line. Not something you usually see on a ball in the dirt. Wasn't an excessively wild pitch, just took a hard bounce, and never seen a pitch roll that far away from the catcher.
That's a tough ricochet. 3-1 offering right down the boulevard. 3-2. So tomorrow's matchup for the Dirtbag side is somewhat unknown, but the time is an early one, 11:30 first pitch. Back-to-back 11:30 starts on Sunday. 3-2 offering, here it is. That one taken, high strike, hitting over. So Artigue was fooled, as was I. And that will end the top of the 7th. We stretch to the bottom frame. Dirtbags with some work to do, down by 6 on Dirtbags Radio Network.
Glennie Thomas Dodge Chrysler Jeep salutes the Long Beach State 49ers. We're proud to have been a part of the Long Beach community for 103 years, delivering the Glenn E. Thomas promise of quality, service, and value since 1909.
Fresh cut fries from real potatoes, shakes made with real ice cream, fresh toasted buns, and pure beef patties. At In-N-Out, that's what freshness is all about. Why not stop in after the game? A win for your team is a win for you too. There's nothing quite like it except driving a Nissan. Get to Nissan, a proud supporter of college athletics. And shop ChooseNissan.com. Take on today. Anheuser-Busch is a proud sponsor of Long Beach State Athletics. Bud Light, raise one to right now. Anheuser-Busch encourages you to drink responsibly and give a damn. Make a plan to make it home.
Bottom 7. Borneo against Rivera. Tulane 9, Dirtbags 3. 1 ball and no strikes. You okay there, Zach?
Yeah, that was
Goodness. Welcome back to the 7th inning to you. 1-0. That's low.
That was like a weird cough sneeze.
That was not normal. 3 runs in the 4th, 2 in the 5th, and 4 in the 6th for the Green Wave. Strike 1 for Rivera. On the afternoon, at the plate, a double and a walk for Santino. And he has scored twice. Rivera takes strike 2 from the outside. A fastball from Sam Borneo. Deuces are wild, nobody out, nobody on. For Dirtbags, Rivera was jammed foul on the third base side. As Zach recovers from that sneeze, snoff, may call that.
Snoff.
Sneeze and a cough.
Well, don't know what that was. I was just sitting here and boom, attack. Wasn't like I felt a breeze or anything. Just
2-2. Rivera looks at one wide to his right. 3-2.
But the Tulane offensive attack has been nothing to sneeze at today.
It's a bit of an odd coincidence here, Zach. 3-2. That one taken for ball 4. In the home series this year, the Dirtbags have always won game 1. They have not won a game 2 yet. Game 2 home series game this year. They lost St. Mary's at home in game 2 and lost game 3. They had Ole Miss 2 games on Saturday, around Friday at the plate. Now it's Jaron Durant. They won game 1 on Saturday 4-3, lost game 2 3-4. Durant takes ball 1 wide and a meeting with Owen and Borneo. And now this series here, Tulane was thoroughly outplayed and shellacked 13-2 game 1. Now today, Dirtbags are down 9-3.
And they've mixed up the arms. They haven't had the same game 2 starter. It's been Bayun, Andrews, and they've just mixed it up. Even Eli Villalobos a couple of times. And game 2 just has not been their way to go.
The 1-0 is popped up in the air, the shallow left. Bedgood in the sky, and a collision, and it can't make the play. So it rolls near the warning track. Going to send him home. Rivera going around third. He will score, and a man is hurt for Tulane. It's 9-4, but a scary play. You have Gazzo and Bedgood collide. That looked bad from the jump.
And just watching it, you could see it was going to happen. And you could see the sun's bright towards left field. So Gazzo was running out there, Bedgood coming in together, and you could see they were not communicating. It was just waiting for it to happen. They collided. It was just a matter of the ball popped out. Looks like everybody's standing up. We'll see if they're all okay. But the Dirtbags, we mentioned how they haven't had any luck. Get a gift run as Durant is now out there at second base. No scoring yet on a double or a base hit, but I would assuredly think that's a 2-bag error and bringing home a run. It's 9-4 now here, bottom 7. So we'll see if that's a jolt of energy right now. But Tulane, outside of that last play, had been outstanding today. And if we look at the other 2 road series, Jay, Long Beach State also lost at A&M game 2. The game that shall not be mentioned outside of me saying it right now, 19-1.
Right.
And then the TCU game where they lost 8-3, but they were down 3-0, tied it at 3.
And they won game 1 that series.
And they won game 1 of that series. And they were in a battle against A&M for game 1 as that one. They only lost 2-1, 3-1. And they led in that one as well. So Long Beach State in game 1 plays really good, regardless of who's on the mound, whether it's been Bayun or Andrews. And then they just can't seem to keep up the intensity, even if it's in the same day.
It's a drop-off, tremendously so. And Tulane has, to their part, capitalized on the mistakes from Dirtbags today. A lot of missed pitches, some wild pitches as well from everybody involved. Borneo to Andrews. Fly ball, left field. Bedgood's okay. Makes the catch, leaning back. Runner will tag to third is Duran. He'll get there. So 1 out. So still no word yet on that last play officially, but we believe from our vantage point of a 2-bag error with that collision with Bedgood and Gasso.
Sometimes people might say, oh, that's a hit, it was a tough play, but it just seemed like bad defense there.
Well, no communication.
No communication.
I'll put it at that.
And even then, Bedgood looked like he had some trouble on that last fly ball.
And to clarify, strike one, an error can't be based on judgment.
Yes.
It has to be on what could have happened. Was it an actual mistake or a tough play?
And
that looked to be a mistake.
But goes as a hit.
Strike two for Antonio Torres. We saw him late last night.
So officially it goes as a double for Duran.
So I guess there was no error. Even though a scary play for Bedgood, who took a shot from his teammate. Sal Gasso, 0-2 pitch. Torres, a lunge and a fling to shallow right. Artigues will look at third, and Duran will hold up.
So Duran, if you're looking at his stats now, 3 for 4 with a double, an RBI single, or an RBI double, and runs scored as well. So Duran has played a stellar game if you look at the numbers.
Mm-hmm. So 2 away for Stotler. Stotler has walked twice. Borneo set, and the bunt pushed over to the mound to first, and the inning is over. So in the 7th, a walk and a double and a run scored for Long Beach, but they're still down by 5, 9-4. To the 8th we go on a Dirtbags Radio Network.
A win for your team is a win for you too. There's nothing quite like it except driving a Nissan. Get to Nissan, a proud supporter of college athletics. And shop ChooseNissan.com. Take on today.
Dirtbags Baseball brought to you by In-N-Out. Fresh cut fries from real potatoes, shakes made with real ice cream, fresh toasted buns and pure beef patties, and In-N-Out, that's what freshness is all about. Why not stop in after the game? And right now, this game looking like top 8, 9-4. Tulane leading. The Dirtbags got the lone run scored in the 7th inning, but could not take advantage of anything else. So they lead 9-4. Zach Anderson, the Oxheimer, alongside Jay Holloway.
John Castro, the Witherspoon, is fouled away. And time is called by Carl Coles. And hold it right there. They're saying something happened.
Right before I gave it to you, there was a mention by the umpire, oh, there's something new about something at the plate. you hear some calls of BS from the crowd. The umpire waved something about at the plate. It looks like it's Witherspoon scheduled to hit, and he's up at the dish. Not really sure what's supposed to happen. Yeah. It's now 0-2. So, not really sure what's going on here.
Yeah, it's just a wacky day at Blair.
It is the most interesting day. It is an interesting day, Jay.
As you said, it was a subpar Saturday in the basketball world, and your brackets have been busted.
Well, I have no bracket, so my days have been good.
Oh, good for you. So it's supposed to be 0-1. That was the issue. Scoreboard was behind.
Or ahead.
Or that too. Castro to wind up and delivers inside. 1-1 to count. Snake eyes count for Witherspoon today. 2 singles and RBI. The pitch. Checked. Will it go through the bank? At third base, they say sure. No swing. So the checks will not bounce for the account of Grant Witherspoon. The 2-1 from John Castro. That one almost took Grant's belt off for ball 3. So you have Rivera playing on the shallow grass in left center field. And Duran playing on the right side of the grass. 3-1 and similar spot, and there's a walk. So 8th inning. Tulane has 1 win in Game 2s this year. It came against Wright State. On the year, they're 1-3 on Saturday games involved this year. This is their most runs so far in a Saturday game.
Well, now they face the worst worst Game 2 team.
Yes, their highest was 8 against Purdue. They lost 12-8 in that game. That was the lack of throwing strikes. That was referred as. Strike 1 to Cody Hosey. It was referred as the game in which they had 7 walks allowed against the Boilermakers. 1 strike for Hosey.
Speaking about the Boilermakers, they had a tough loss, losing one of their top senior players, and
Isaac Haas,
and took out the lone Big West team in the field yesterday.
Well, I saw before I came up here to Blair today that he's going to try to play. He fractured his elbow against Fullerton yesterday. He has a brace with his unique padding. Needs to be cleared by the medical staff of the NC2A to play tomorrow night.
So the report was he's out for the rest of the tournament. Now you're telling me he's trying to play?
He's trying to play.
I mean, I think he is a senior, correct?
Yes, he's a senior.
So, yes, I would think you have a super stud team, and with his size, he could probably play one-handed.
7'3", 280.
Only 280?
Yeah.
I know he has slimmed up a bit, too.
Lean 280. 1-1 for Hosey. A look at first by John Castro. I mean, a lean. He's a big guy.
But would you play, Jay? Would you find a way to play?
Yeah.
But will he get cleared is the real question.
Well, hopefully he can. He's only a senior. He won't get this chance once, right?
Especially with that good of a team?
Yeah. Snake eyes. Castro delivers a breaking ball up. Now, granted, he's a true center. He shoots 5 feet and in. Just don't shoot free throws. He might go left-handed.
Underhanded could work.
Oh, that too.
Well, no. It'd be hard to bend your elbow, so might as well just go left-handed.
Mm-hmm. He has a good left-hand hook, so he may play. 2-1. Hosey looks at ball 3. 9 runs, 13 hits, no errors for Tulane, which is somewhat of a unique question mark there. 4 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors for Long Beach State. Man on base, Hosey takes ball 4. Back-to-back walks in the 8th, allowed by John Castro. Where's that first and second? Infield now, a double play length for Jensen. Trevor today has walked, doubled, and singled. So Castro, second inning of work on Saturday. The pitch on the outside. He's missed his last 4 pitches. Is Trevor now at the plate with a 5-run lead. 1 ball and no strikes. Castro is set. Delivers. The bunt. Tap behind the plate. 1-1. And the one thing you mentioned about bunts here at Blair, that's where the bunts are so critical to Dirtbag's success. Has been bunting in the last 8 years under Troy Buckley. You've had issues today, and that comes with more youth on this year's squad, so it's more of a learning curve with how to properly bunt to make good contact and be effective. Tulane has done that today. Couple of sacrifice squeezes. The bunt there on the 1-1. Up the middle. Torres will pick up to first, and the sacrifice is put on by Trevor Jensen. Runners move up. Second and now third.
Designated hitter number 5, Matt Rowland.
So Rowland will take a swing, as Zach was somewhat surprised with having his shade still on his face or at the dish.
Yes. Don't really like the look.
As I mentioned earlier, in the 6th inning, it's all about swag. You're up by 5, you can do anything you want. Don't hate, appreciate.
Not going to appreciate.
Yeah, you may have to. Infield playing close for Long Beach State here. Man at third and second base, 1 out in the 8th. Rowland does not swing from Castro's off-speed pitch. So the one thing that has been the Achilles heel for Castro in his young career has been first pitch strikes. He has 1 so far in his outing in 1 2/3. He has missed his last 5 batters on first pitch strikes as well. So a very rough appearance somewhat on the mound. At third is Witherspoon. At second is Hosey. They both came on free passes. Curveball. No swing from Rowland again. It's strike 1. So the luck of the Irish is not in favor of the green-capped Dirtbags today.
I would think it was doomed from the start when you're playing the team called the Green Wave.
They have came on with a totally dirty surfs up approach. 1-1. Line in the air. Left center field. May drop on the run. Stotler with the dive and hit the grass first, and a run scores. 10-4. Second base, and a rundown will ensue. The tag at third, and the call is what? He is out. So Hosey had a late tag back, got second base, and went to third, and he was tagged out on a 8-6-4-5. So an 8-6-4-5 tag out for out number 2.
So Stotler's dive does not go for a knot, as they do get the out right there. The runner trying to go back, thinking he caught it, but then running into the runner at second base. So a bit of confusion there by the Green Wave, even though the umpire at third clearly was like, safe, that's a base hit. Confusion right there. It could be 11-4. They read that correctly, but instead, Dirtbags get a gift out. There is a runner at second base still, but still a huge opportunity to get out of this with only giving up 1 run.
So here is Sal Gazzo. Lefty from the northeast. With 2 outs, Gazzo will swing towards the fences. And he tips it away. 0-1. Gazzo is looking for a hit today. He had one hit yesterday, 1 for 3. Today, a sacrifice. RBI scored in the 4th from his bat. 2 punch-outs and 1 walk. Castro delivers in there. 1-2. Now a sparse crowd. Dirtbags fans want to beat the traffic home on a weekend day. Sun peeking outside. In the outfield, clear skies above. A little windy and chilly, and time is called by Gazzo. It's been a chilly day for Dirtbag at the plate. 8 hits, 4 runs. They have allowed 10.
It's also been a chilly day out as well and defensively. 2 errors.
0-2 pitch with 2 away. That's high on a fastball. 1-2.
So we have a final at Loyola Marymount. Yes. Softball team won their first game by a run rule against Fairfield 9-1. Their second game a little bit back and forth against Colgate, but they come through 9-6. So they sweep the doubleheader today, and they play Loyola Marymount tomorrow afternoon.
1-2, swing and a tip. Tomorrow we'll see Keegan Gills, Gillies, Gills, on the mound for Tulane. Or Gillis. Gillis, thank you for how to get it right. Keegan Gillis, Tulane arm. Right-handed sophomore pitcher for Tulane. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Castro throws a fastball in, and they just missed strike 3 called. To Zach's dismay. To my left. He thought it was ring 'em up time, and they said...
Thought the phone was ringing behind the plate, Jay. Thought a little dance was ready.
Your phone was ringing earlier, but you missed the call. Anyway.
Declined.
Oh, that's rude. 2-2. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Inning over. 1 run off 1 hit. For Tulane, they have 10 runs for the game. Dirtbags down by 6 on the Dirtbags Radio Network. Bottom 8, Dominic Calaccio will step in after Travis Jewett gets his 2 cents to Carl Cole at the side of the Tulane on deck circle. For what I don't know, they're up by 10. For those who are back in the bayou watching, hello to you. Strike 1 to Calaccio out of Alicio Viejo, California, which is pretty much in the Mission Viejo area in the South Orange County. The reason why it was named Orange County, because in the mid-50s and 60s, it was mostly a fruit part of the country. There was no freeways around here, 1 and 2. So you had fruits in Irvine and strawberries and Cerritos and henceforth Orange County.
So, question, Jay.
Yes, sir.
I'm pretty sure it's Aliso Viejo, not Alicio.
Whatever. 1-2 ground ball to second for our team, and he's retired. So Aliso Viejo.
Yeah, and I've waited for the day to bring it up. I'm pretty sure it's Aliso Viejo.
Thank you. Sorry. Thank you for that,
Welcome.
Zach. But anyway, Mercadale will step in with 1 out.
From Riverside.
Riverside.
Not Riviera side.
All right, now you're trying to be funny. That's not good. Bornhild is inside of Tristan for ball 1. Some may call it the R side, Mercadale's hometown, via on Twitter. Middle of nowhere. Off the 10 or 91 freeways of your choice. Strike 1 called. Or say, no, I was wrong. Ball 2. 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes for Tristan today. And he takes a strike there, 2-1. Double in the 4th for Tristan. So I was right the first time. Anyway, it's been a long day. Swing and a miss. Brokendale's gone. Strikes. Still the first, make it confirmed. And it is. So I was right the first time on that first strike call. That was a blunder on all parts. Nelson will come up here in the inning. So 2 down. Nelson, a fly ball to Witherspoon in the 6th. Ball 1. Double play ball in the 2nd, and hit 1 the 2nd in the 4th. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1-1 the count. In the 9th. Tulane look for their second win on Saturday matinees. 1-1 popped up. Be the inning, and it will be caught by Witherspoon. So a quiet frame here in the 8th for the Dirtbags. To the 9th we go. Tulane 10, Dirtbags 4. Ninth inning here at Blair. New arm, Sebastian Sanchez. He will face Tyler Heinrichs, who we saw late last night in Game 1. Sanchez from Bellflower, man, that's swung on and fouled back on the third base side, 0-1 for the kid from Marietta, Georgia. So we saw Sanchez give up 2 runs in the 8th yesterday. It's in the 9th today. Wind up and throw. Similar foul ball location on the third base side again. 0-2 for Heinrichs and a $1.82. Same amount of change in Zach's wallet right now. Tulane 10, Dirtbags with 4. They've allowed 14 hits. The 0-2. Outside. The runs came in the 4th. It's like a unique area code. 3 runs in the 4th, 2 in the 5th, 4 in the 6th, 1 in the 8th. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Picked up over to first. Confirmed for the out. So 1 down in the 9th.
Left fielder number 34, Steven Septic.
Sepsich will get in a bat here in the 9th. He has 1 hit that came in the 4th. An RBI as well to his name. That one on the first pitch, a good contact swing and hit right to left field. 2 away. Off the catch from Mercadale.
Number 1, 18 Owen.
So a quick 1-2, as Zach always says. This time from Sanchez. Or as Zach says, the 1-2.
Oh.
Yes.
Roasting me now?
No, I like it. I'm all for it, man. Swing and a miss by A.C. Owen. Owen today has a double and an RBI. The 0-1 from Sanchez. Breaking ball is missed.
So
yes.
just final, Jay.
Uh-huh.
Loyola Chicago gets the dub over Tennessee 63-62.
Thank you.
Last second shot gets a miracle hop on the rim to win.
Oh, yes. 1-1. Owen misses. 1-2.
Waiting for the replay to show you, Jay.
Who made the shot? Was it Ingram again?
The rim. Crazy hop.
Just tell me.
I didn't see who shot it. I just saw it went in.
Oh, bother.
And it went about 20 feet in the air and then fell through the nets.
Oh, my goodness gracious. With 2 away, nobody on the 1-2 pitch. Owen goes to left field. It will go in the gap for a base hit. Cut off by Mercadale. Relayed in. And in time. But runner is safe. Unbelievable.
Here's an even better replay for you, Jay.
Here is Artigues. Jonathan had a good day so far at the plate. Even though with 2 punch-outs looking, he has 2 singles on the run. Scored and got his team going with his bat.
It's going to be his 4th at-bat in the last 5 innings, Jay.
Persistence at the plate. Somewhat. And a lot of missed pitches from Long Beach State on the mound has allowed that. He's had a bat in the 5th, 6th, 7th, and now 9th. So he needed 1 break in the 8th to catch his breath, I guess. Possibly. 1 ball and no strikes. Sanchez fires a jam shot in the gap in right center field. A base hit number 5, make it 16 today. Runners now at first and second with 2 outs in the 9th. So Owens on at second after hissing on the gap. And our Teagues now has 3 hits. Single in the 9th. It's 8th multi-hit game of the year for our Teagues. Second behind Witherspoon has 10. And he smacks one in the air. Playable. Stotler makes the out for out number 3. Dirtbags will hit in the bottom of the 9th inning. They're down 10-4. The Dirtbags Radio Network.
A win for your team is a win for you too. There's nothing quite like it except driving a Nissan. Get to Nissan, a proud supporter of college athletics. And shop ChooseNissan.com. Take on today. Fresh cut fries from real potatoes, shakes made with real ice cream, fresh toasted buns, and pure beef patties. At In-N-Out, that's what freshness is all about. Why not stop in after the game? Anheuser-Busch is a proud sponsor of Long Beach State Athletics. Bud Light, raise one to right now. Anheuser-Busch encourages you to drink responsibly and give a damn. Make a plan to make it home.
Glennie Thomas Dodge Chrysler Jeep salutes the Long Beach State 49ers. We're proud to have been a part of the Long Beach community for 103 years, delivering the Glenn E. Thomas promise of quality, service, and value since 1909.
As Zach is now dancing in the background, bottom 9 at the plate will be Lane Huffman. Getting it bat here. He will bat for Robinson. The DH yesterday took 2 walks to his name last night. And he takes a 1-pitch strike from Sam Borneo.
It's kind of the problem when you have Andrews pitching on a day. That means you have to lose Lane Huffman in the bat lineup.
The 0-1, and he also missed his presence at the plate. He's now behind 0-2.
We'll see how long it takes for him to get back to shortstop duties, but the moment he's just managing any DHing and pinch hit opportunities he can get.
He said he may come back against Florida next week. He fouls the 0-2 pitch behind the plate. He wanted to come back last night, but they said, Lane,
no.
So he's eyeing for Friday against Florida in that Goodwin Field in the OC. The 0-2 is low.
It's the non-conference edition of the rivalry series.
Yes.
But that's still a huge, huge weekend in Fullerton.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost as if, even though it doesn't officially count for Big West standings, the team who wins that series tends to have swagger going into Big West play.
Agreed. 1-2. Huffman takes ball 2. And also, since both teams, record-wise, aren't doing so well, gives them a leg up somewhat.
Leg up over the other foe?
Yes. 2-2. Huffman, a dribbler towards second base. Artigues to his right to first. Low pick and an easy one for the sheer glove of Trevor Jensen. Huffman's retired here in the 9th. Here's Santina Rivera with the wind howling across home plate. Rivera has been on base 3 times, 2 of them via a free pass. A first pitch, Borneo first pitch strike to Santina Rivera from Chula Vista, California. Borneo delivers again. high. 0-1.
Well, Jay, we have a scoring change. That quote-unquote double for Jaren Duran has turned into a two-bag error.
Taken. So, like we said, well, we assumed.
That's what I said, Jay.
I said that too.
You just concurred.
I was in agreement with you. Smart guy over there. 2-1. Strike 2.
Call me Merriam-Webster. Thank you very much.
No.
But
we'll pass on that one.
Dirtbags now only have 7 hits.
All right. And that one hits Rivera. He's now on base for the 4th time, this time for a hit by pitch. So they rechange that at bat for Duran in the 7th. So a 2-bag error for Duran.
And that run is unearned against Bourne Yield.
Yes.
And another thing, now with Rivera on for the 4th consecutive time, he's only 1 for 1, but he's reached base all 4 times. He's scored every single time he's been on base, scoring 3 of the 4 dirtbag runs by himself.
Well, that sure helps. From the stretch is Sam, fires wide to JD for ball 1. So Duran's been on base with a single in the 1st, in the 5th, and E6 in the 7th, and a line out. And the bunt is slowly poked to your left across your mind's eye radio and on your screen on the third base side, foul. 1-1.
Dirtbags today, 3 for 17 with runners on base. Usually it's hard to get that many guys.
That's a 176 clipping.
Normally, if you have that many at-bats with the guy on base, it's a glorious day.
Mm-hmm. But Tulane is 9 for 21 man on base.
And 7 for 17 with runners in scoring position.
So that's a difference in the scoreboard right there. Duran swings a fly ball to left, going back at the wall. Bed good. It's gone. 2-run shot for Duran, his first of the year. It's 10-6. So the wind slowly took a push for Jay's liking, and the first dinger at play for Duran.
Ever since we've seen these fences get pushed in, it's almost as if a fly ball to left field has a chance to shoot out, especially with the fences lower and further in. It's only 335. He hit that oppo. Though obviously we mentioned the 15 pounds of muscle, still has the speed, just fought it off, but it got a good piece of the barrel, and then the wind just took that straight over the fence. So the Dirtbags cut this to a 4-run game.
Andrews will look at a ball inside. On deck is Leonard Jones, will pinch hit for Torres. Still 1 man out. 1-1 to count for Clayton Andrews. RBIs in the 3rd and the 5th from his bat.
Meanwhile, Duran says, you can take away my double, but you can just smack it over the fence. You can't take that one back.
Sure can. 2-1. Bourne yields one inside and taken for 3-1. That may have been the first home run here for Long Beach since that St. Mary's series. 3-1 pitch down the pipe, strike 2.
And I believe that was Lane Huffman hitting that one.
Yes, now off of Ken Waldachuk.
And that was also a game in which Clayton Andrews on the mound had a quality start that game. Took the tough look loss.
3-2. He was fought off to second to first, and he's out as Andrews.
Long Beach would have had a bit of a shot if they had 1 out, 1 on. But now 2 outs, nobody on. Got to bring out the sticks and put the ball in play.
So Jones, who got the start at first base last night, is off the bench today in the 9th inning. So Jones, another man from San Diego. Borneo kicks and fires in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes. Jones on the year hitting a shade below 270, 269. 13th game appeared. And Long Beach black and gold and white, and ball 2 to Jones. Jones yesterday 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs to his name. The 2-0. Jones with that bat still as a statue takes strike 1. Jones looks at ball 3. Hitters count with 2 outs for Jones. 3-1. Swings and is lifted out of the play. Foul.
You could just see with the way Jones was wagging the bat right there. You could see he was eager to swing that one. Took a huge hack, but just getting off his bat right there. 3-2. So Dirtbags down to their final strike in this one.
3-2 to pitch for Jones. Borneo kicks and fires, and a fly ball to center field should be the game. Witherspoon looks up in the sky, the baseball to his glove, and this ball game is over. Your final Tulane, the Green Wave, get game 2. Sunday will be for the series. 10 runs, 16 hits for Tulane with 1 error. 6 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors for Long Beach State on the year. Long Beach now 7-12. Tulane now is now 9-11 on the season. Tomorrow's broadcast in the morning, 11:30, first pitch. We will see you then. For Zach to my left, the man they call Anderson Yoxheimer as well to his last name. They're always saying good evening to you, good night to some of those around the way, and those on radio. We will see you tomorrow morning at 11:30 on 22 West Radio and also on Beach Vision on our live stream. Once again, final score, Tulane 10, Dirtbags 6. Take care.